Chapter 160. As soon as Tycoon said that, Heartless immediately shut his mouth. Who didn't know that Snowfall Undermoon and Tycoon were having an affair? Snowfall Undermoon had once again led the world chat astray. By the time they returned to the main topic, it was already several minutes later. World, Lee Sua Frowny Face World, Moo Lee's Heart. Big Brother Lee, why don't you believe me? World, Music for Miles. You have to show evidence, girl. Without evidence, everything is just nonsense. World Moo Lee's Heart. F*CK. I reminded you out of goodwill and you're being mean to I. System announcement. Player Music for Miles has placed a bounty of 1 gold on Lee Sua. Limited to 10 minutes. The male lead will take the blame for this. World, listening to Wind. What's Music for Miles up to this time? She's no longer in love with Ink Seeker Dashin? World, Moo Lee's Heart. Music for Miles. Why are you placing a bounty on Big Brother Lee? Are you crazy? World, Music for Miles. I'm placing a bounty on Big Brother Lee because I've taken a liking to him. That way, Big Brother Lee will notice me. Pfft. Using a bounty to attract attention? How unique. World, Lightly Dancing. Is Music for Miles really going to abandon Ink Seeker Dashin? Don't. You guys are the perfect match. Without you guys, the world wouldn't be a mess. It's not fun at all. World, Moo Lee's Heart Frowny Face World, Music for Miles. Hey, girl, that's where you're wrong. Big Brother Lee isn't yours. You're the only one who's allowed to pursue Big Brother Lee, but I'm not allowed to pursue him? World, Moo Lee's Heart. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. Sheng face-bombed. Flower Talk Beauty was no longer jumping around, and now there was another one with Princess Syndrome. World, Harry's Noble Dear. Little Music is going to post a bounty. System announcement. Player Music for Miles has placed a bounty of 2 gold on Lee Sua. Limited to 10 minutes. The system announcement appeared almost at the same time as Harry's Noble Dear's message. World, Harry's Noble Dear. Ha ha ha, I knew it. System announcement. Player Lee's Music for Miles has placed a bounty of 1,000 gold on Lee's Heart. Limited to 24 hours. World, Wind between my crotch and butt itches. I don't understand the tricks of the rich. World, Autumn Frost. Ever since the last city war, the entire server has changed. World, Live Broadcast. We have urgent news for you. Ink Seeker Dashin is currently heading towards Goose Hill where Music for Miles is playing. Those who want to watch the show, there are benches in the front row. Shang's account was at Goose Hill. When Ink Seeker came over, Shang happened to see the live broadcast and immediately gave himself a status update. Gods and devils were at odds with each other. The skills of the god race and the devil race countered each other. When gods and devils fought, it was a competition of whose skills were better. As soon as Ink Seeker saw him, he immediately attacked. The special effects of the skills enveloped the characters. The people who came to watch the show couldn't even see the skills that they were using. All they could see was a continuous stream of light. Area, Suicide Bum, holy shit, Music for Miles's skill is heaven-defying. She's on par with Ink Seeker Dashin. Area, Pandemonium, Music for Miles's mechanics have always been excellent. Aside from the famous players, she's killed quite a few players before. Area, 5 Colonel Mooncake. I suddenly feel so honored. Nearby, Lao Gua. Agree those who were famous all over the world echoed in agreement. Shang had indeed killed a lot of people. The bounty on her wasn't any less than the bounty on Ink Seeker. However, whenever there was a higher bounty, Shang would secretly have Wooden Bells take the bounty and kill himself. If the bounty was too small, she wouldn't care. She'd just push the bounty down. Moreover, if she wasn't farming with Undermoon and the others, she was farming with 4 seas and 8 lands. Who would want to court death? So, some people didn't know that this guy was actually someone with a bounty on his head. Stirring up trouble and causing chaos was the right way to open up Sheng. Area, Prince Jade. Ink Seeker's about to lose. As soon as Prince Jade said this, Ink Seeker's character collapsed. Area 5 Colonel Mooncake. Holy shit, music for Miles is fierce. She can even beat Ink Seeker. Ji Yen looked at the character on the ground and the chat window that popped up at the last moment. His face darkened as he typed a few words. PM, Ink Seeker. You cheated. PM, music for Miles. All's fair in war. Ji Yen fell silent. How much civility could you expect from a girl who could talk to him in a game when he hacked the system? PM, music for Miles. I'll give you 2,000. How about you go kill Lee Suo? PM, Ink Seeker. Don't you like him? PM, music for Miles. I like to see him die. I like to see him drop levels. I like to see him get abused. PM, Ink Seeker. PM, Ink Seeker. You're more than enough to kill Lee Suo. PM, music for Miles. It's a waste of talent. I don't want to fight him. I'm a beautiful girl who wants to conquer the world. How can I dirty my hands for a retard? PM, Ink Seeker. Where did this Chunibu girl come from? PM, Ink Seeker. 5,000. PM, music for Miles. Are you trying to loot a burning house? PM, Ink Seeker. I hate the rich. PM, music for Miles. I'll just dirty my hands. Goodbye, God. After saying this, Shi Shang closed the chat. Ji Yen looked at the game interface on the gray screen and his lips twitched. After reviving in the city, he immediately poked Shi Shang. PM, Ink Seeker. Let's talk. PM, music for Miles. The enemy you're calling is not online. Please use 100 gold to summon her. PM, Ink Seeker. Come to Fallback Valley. PM, music for Miles. The enemy you're calling is not online. Please use 500 gold to summon her. PM, Ink Seeker. He waited in Fallback Valley for quite a while, then extravagantly used a locator talisman to check Shi Shang's location. He discovered that she was still at Goose Hill. PM, Ink Seeker. I have something important to do. PM, music for Miles. The enemy you're calling is not online. Please use 1,000 gold to summon her. Ji Yen gritted his teeth. You're not coming? I'll go, alright. He found her on a cliff of Goose Hill, where there were no monsters. Beside her stood a petite human. Area, Wooden Bells, Clear West. Yeah, why are we standing here? Area, music for Miles. Waiting for a retard. Area, Wooden Bells. Ha. Retard Ink Seeker jumped in front of Shi Shang. Wooden Bells looked at the person who had suddenly appeared. Her hand probably slipped, and she actually activated her skill. And then, Retard Ink Seeker fell down. Area, music for Miles. God, even if you've been conquered by my beauty, you don't have to get so worked up. I'll allow you to look as you please. I won't take your money. Area, Ink Seeker. Ink Seeker jumped up from below and insta-killed Wooden Bells. Wooden Bells, who was lying on the ground, was very innocent. Her hand really had slipped. God. PM, Ink Seeker. The Faction War update will be released next month. How about we team up? PM, music for Miles. Did you hack the game company? The game company hadn't released any information about the Faction War yet. PM, Ink Seeker. That wasn't the main point, alright? The main point was the last sentence. PM, music for Miles. I don't play in the Faction War. There's a limit to how many people you can kill. In the Faction War, you can only kill people from the enemy faction. You can't kill people from your own faction. PM, Ink Seeker. Asterisk add more thanks to all the tipping babies, a lot of Cherub students have started school. Study hard and make progress every day. Come spoil me during the holidays. Chapter 161. PM, Ink Seeker. I'm not talking about the Faction War, I'm talking about Twinkle Gem Tower. Twinkle Gem Tower? Speaking of which, Shi Shang found it strange. Twinkle Gem Tower hadn't been updated during the Gods and Demons faction update. It still only had 70 floors. According to the storyline, Twinkle Gem Tower didn't appear after that. So, Shang didn't know when Twinkle Gem Tower would be updated or what items would appear after the update. PM, Ink Seeker, Twinkle Gem Tower's 120 floors will be updated next month. PM, Music for Miles, what items will appear? Is it worth you asking me to join hands with you? The divine artifact has already dropped. What else can the developers put on it? PM, Ink Seeker, I don't know. PM, Music for Miles. If you don't know, then what's the point of fighting? No way. Shang mercilessly rejected Ink Seeker's offer. Then, he logged off, leaving behind a confused Ink Seeker. In the dim room, Ji Yen leaned back and stared at the screen thoughtfully for a while. Then, he picked up his phone and made a call. After the call, Ji Yen looked back at the screen. He opened his friends list and tapped Call Me Profiteer. PM, Ink Seeker, Faction Token, 40,000. PM, Call Me Profiteer. God, 30,000 is my base price. PM, Ink Seeker, the demons don't have a faction token yet. Do you think I'll only get 40,000 if I sell it? PM, Call Me Profiteer, but God, you won't be able to sell it that quickly. Also, others might not believe you. Ji Yan's fingers left the keyboard and lightly tapped on the edges. After a while, he continued to type. PM, Ink Seeker, 35,000. PM, Call Me Profiteer. Since God is being hunted down, 35,000 it is. Where do you want to trade? What do you mean, since he's being hunted down? Don't you know how to talk? Ji Yen suddenly thought of Shang. If she met someone like that, she'd definitely refuse to sell it. Ji Yen shook his head. Why would he think of that woman for no reason? PM, Ink Seeker, Goose Mountain. PM, Call Me Profiteer. God, wait a moment. After the two finished the trade, Call Me Profiteer sold the faction token to the demons. The gods already had two factions, so the faction token definitely wasn't as high as the demons. Therefore, when Shang went online, he found that the demon race also had a faction. It seemed like the group war was about to begin. Shang came out of the instance dungeon and found that the World Channel had started to fight again. He immediately became a spectator with great interest. World Mu Li in love. Sang Yu, you shameless woman. You seduced Li Gij and even had an ambiguous relationship with Wind walking the world. World Huan Meng. Qing Xin Jejie, don't be angry. The great god will definitely see her true colors. World, Harry's noble dear. Little Shunga isn't here, so there's no point in fighting. World, Wind walking the world. Mu Li in love. Think carefully before you speak. World, Mu Li in love. I've made myself clear. You and Sang Yu's not late are in an ambiguous relationship. Last night, you dared to say that you weren't with Sang Yu. Both Huan Meng and I saw it. World, illusory dream. Yes, at Dream Return Mountain. I have a screenshot. If you want to see it, go to the forum. As soon as the screenshot came out, everyone in the World Channel went to the forum. Shang opened the forum and took a look. Sang Yu's Not Late and Wind walking the world were standing under the peach blossom tree on Dream Return Mountain. The two seemed to be looking at each other, and it actually looked a bit artistic. The time was around midnight. At that time, no one would be online except for leveling maniacs. Shang continued to scroll down. The second picture was Wind walking the world hugging Sang Yu's Not Late. Shang's fingers paused. What was the female lead doing? She didn't do anything to the male lead, so why was the female lead throwing herself at someone else? The World Channel was filled with curses. The Great God's fans had all pushed aside the Great God. Sang Yu's Not Late and Wind walking the world didn't say anything, and Li Suo wasn't online. Private, Mu Lingdang. Qing Shi Jie, school starts tomorrow. I can't play games anymore. I'll play with Qing Shi Jie on the weekend. Shang looked at the private chat. School starts? Right, this body is going to start university soon. What's the date today? Shang glanced at the calendar on his computer. August 30th. F***CK, school starts soon. Private, music for Miles. Okay, school starts soon too. Private, Mu Lingdang. Qing Shi Jie will start university when school starts, right? Sob, when I start university, Qing Shi Jie will graduate. I can't go to university with her. Private, music for Miles. You still have a long way to go. Study hard. After chatting with Mu Lingdang for a while, she went offline. Shang roamed around with his account. Suddenly, several messages popped up nearby. Area. Sang Yu's not late. You trust Mu Li in love? Area. Sang Yu's not late. I know you're online. Say something. Let's talk about it. Area. Sang Yu's not late. There's nothing going on between Wind walking the world and me. Area. Sang Yu's not late. That's true. You and Mu Li in love are childhood sweethearts. Of course you trust her. Sang Yu's not late went silent after that. Shang looked around and circled around a rock. Sure enough, Li Suo's account was there. The surrounding bamboo swayed in the wind. Sang Yu's not late was standing beside Li Suo. The two of them were very close to each other. From a good angle, one would think they were kissing. Shang moved his fingers and suddenly attacked. Li Suo didn't fight back and fell to the ground. Sang Yu's not late tried to fight back, but because she couldn't react in time, she died. Area. Sang Yu's not late. Music for Miles. What are you doing? Area. Music for Miles. Killing you guys, of course. Are you retarded? Can't you see something so obvious? Sang Yu's not late revived on the spot and activated her skill. Shang's fingers never left the keyboard. As soon as Sang Yu's not late attacked, she immediately counterattacked. Sang Yu's not late skills were mediocre. Against Shang, she could only be abused. Sang Yu's not late didn't hurry to get up. Instead, she called for help in the guild. Shang, however, seemed to know what Sang Yu's not late was doing and ran away. System announcement. Player Sang Yu's not late has placed a bounty of 100 gold on Music for Miles. Limited to 24 hours. System announcement. Player Sang Yu's not late has placed a bounty of 100 gold on Music for Miles. Limited to 24 hours. World. How did Music for Miles provoke Sang Yu's not late again? World. Mu Li's in love. Two shameless women. World. Live broadcast. Latest news from our channel. Music for Miles has just killed Guru Li Suo and Sang Yu's not late. World. Green flower on sauerkraut. With Music for Miles' skills, it's not impossible for her to kill God Li Suo. World. Harry's noble deer. Little Music for Miles is now ranked 5th on the leaderboards. Why don't you call her God? Is this prejudice? World. Eternal peace. I can't imagine calling her God Music for Miles. There was already a God Ink Seeker being chased all over the world. If another one came, the scene would be too beautiful. Other servers' gurus were used to worship, but their servers' gurus were used to hunt and kill. *E September. Day 1. Cherub. Good morning. Begging for votes 1. 700 plus updates, voting hard. Chapter 162. System announcement. Player Music for Miles has issued a 100 gold bounty on Sang Yu's not late. Heroes, please accept the quest. World. Green flower on sauerkraut. Sang Yu's not late is going to be gang raped. Music for Miles still hadn't withdrawn her bounty on Flower Talk Beauty. World. Lonely. Music for Miles, you shameless B***TCH. Who do you think you are? You're not the only rich person who's playing the mythical continent. System announcement. Player Lonely Chill has issued a 250 gold bounty on Music for Miles. Heroes, please accept the bounty. World. Holy shit. Holy shit. The rich and powerful circle was really messy. World. Dance. F*ck. Your circle is really messy +1, world. Green flour on sauerkraut. Holy shit. Your circle is really messy +2, world. Just watching shows. Holy shit. Your circle is really messy +10086, world. A series of notifications flooded the screen. World music for miles. Since when did I say that I'm the only one with money in the mythical continent? Where did you put Godly Tycoon and Profiteer? What a retard. Even if the servers were merged, Profiteer Call Me Profiteer would still be number 1 on the rich list. Brother Godly Tycoon was someone who spent money on the spot. His name wasn't on the rich list, but looking at the spending list, his name was glowing in bold. World, call me Profiteer. I've been called out, so I'm trying to make my presence known. I'm buying heavenly Shen crystals. Tycoon didn't seem to be online. Shi Sheng scrolled through his friends list. Not only was Tycoon not online, even Undermoon was not online. His entire friends list was grey. Shi Sheng sighed. Kings had to fight alone. Sang Yu's Not Late led the players from Drunkflower Den to kill their way over at top speed. Shi Sheng fought if he could win, and ran if he couldn't. It really was chaos everywhere. World, lonely, music for miles, you cowardly tortoise. If you have the guts, come to the Forbidden City and let's duel. World, music for miles. You want to duel me? System announcement. Player Lonely Chill has invited Music for Miles to a duel at the summit of the Forbidden City. If the player does not make a decision within 5 minutes, the system will accept the invitation. The Forbidden Summit was the official arena in the game. If you died here, you would lose 3 levels. Therefore, if there wasn't any deep hatred between them, most players would choose to settle their grudges in the wilderness. System announcement. Player Music for Miles has rejected Lonely Chill's invitation. World, eternal peace. Music for Miles actually rejected him. World. Holy shit. Dumbfounded. JPG in the game, if one party rejected such a formal invitation, others would think that they were afraid of the other party. Therefore, most people would grit their teeth and accept the challenge even if they didn't have a good chance of winning. World Harry's noble dear. Ha ha ha, that's more like our Shunga. World, lonely, music for miles, you're a coward. You don't even dare to accept the invitation. World, music for miles. Firstly, as a girl, I'm very sure that I don't have balls. If I did, I'd definitely be framed and put on display. Secondly, you're not even on the leaderboards. If I accept your invitation, wouldn't I be lowering my status? On the other hand, if I win, you'll say that my level is higher than yours and that I'm bullying you. No matter how you look at it, I'm the one at a disadvantage. So, as a beautiful girl with a normal IQ, I should have rejected your invitation. World, just watching shows. Although what you said makes sense, I can feel a strong sense of disdain and contempt from your words. Am I imagining things? World, eternal peace. You're not imagining things. She clearly rejected the challenge and should be mocked. Why did she sound so matter-of-fact? And she even used such a disdainful tone. Even if they were just spectators, they still wanted to beat her up. World, Harry's noble dear. My Shunga is so domineering. You bunch of trash aren't qualified to fight her. Shi Shang looked at Harry's noble dear ID and smirked. This was her number 2 brain-dead fan. Her number 1 brain-dead fan was Wooden Bells. Shi Shang was a classic example of the type of person who would raise her tail to the sky if you praised her. If you insulted her, she would insult herself. But if you wanted to beat her up, I would beat your whole family to death. To sum it up, it was fine if she didn't make a move, but once she made a move, she wouldn't stop until she was dead. Shi Shang was walking little b** cheese all over the world chat. From time to time, she'd say some shameless things on the world chat. She was happily gaining aggro, and her enemies were constantly expanding. It was only a matter of time before they formed a team. Ji Yan's limelight had been stolen by Shi Shang recently. He finally had a chance to fight a boss in peace, but in the end, he was stuck at a crucial moment. He looked at the private chat window that popped up in annoyance. PM, music for miles. Soon, my enemies will spread to every corner of the world. God, do you want to form a team and kill them all? Was she trying to compete with him in terms of who had more enemies? Also, wasn't she being hunted down again? Ji Yen took 2 deep breaths, then tapped on the friend request. He typed in his ID and sent a friend request. The other party has rejected your friend request. Ji Yen became even more annoyed. He tapped on the keyboard, making a crackling sound. PM, Ink Seeker, if she kept messing with him like this, he'd go crazy. PM, music for miles. I think it's pretty good that we're chatting manually like this. God, you only exist in the depths of my mind. Ji Yen was so angry that his heart ached. He grabbed the computer beside him and started typing furiously. When he hit the last key, he looked at the other computer. Music for miles was no longer there. Shishang's fingers trembled as she looked at the black screen of the computer and the bold font scrolling across the screen. You want to play, right? I'll play with you. Shishang rubbed his face. He tilted his head and looked at the girl's reflection on the black screen. Her willowy eyebrows were curved, her eyelashes were long and dense, her eyes were clear and bright, and she had a small and sharp nose. Amen, she looks beautiful. It suits my temperament very well. He flicked his fringe to the side, then grabbed his wallet from the table and left for the internet cafe. Hack back. That's too troublesome. Now that the mythical continent was so popular, all the major internet cafes had their own setup. Shishang skillfully entered his account and went online. He located Ink Seeker's location and flew over. Ink Seeker was currently fighting a monster. Shishang didn't even think about it and went over to steal his kill. Ji Yen was a bit surprised. She solved it so quickly. He turned to look at the computer beside him. His lips twitched. She's using a different computer. Simple and crude. Area, Ink Seeker. What are you trying to do? Last time, he'd asked her to team up, but she'd rejected him with a look of disdain. What was she doing now? Area, music for miles. F*CKU. Area, Ink Seeker. Area, music for miles. Would you believe me if I said my hand slipped? Area, Ink Seeker. Area, high to the ends of the earth. Music for miles and Ink Seeker. Fuck, this adulterous couple. Go kill them. A group of people suddenly appeared out of nowhere and pounced on them like moths to a flame. All sorts of skills were thrown at her and Ink Seeker. The skills exploded like fireworks. *2 update asking for votes, asking for tips. Chapter 163. Although there were a lot of people, Shishang knew that they were all enemies, so he didn't have any misgivings. He killed anyone he saw. Even if he had to take potions, he would still kill these people. Who knew which little bitch shouted in the World Channel, but more and more people rushed over and joined the battle without saying a word. Shishang's fingers danced across the keyboard. There were too many skill lights, and her character was almost drowned out. There was no point in looking at the screen. She couldn't see who was who. The background music made people's blood boil. On the map, people were constantly dying. Some disappeared back to the respawn point, while others stood up and joined the battle. So many people, but they still couldn't kill 2 people. To be honest, they really wondered if this was a bug. Shishang didn't know how Ink Seeker was still alive. In any case, she was using a lot of items to stay alive. In a sea of people, no matter how amazing one's mechanics were, they would still be at a loss. At this moment, the background music suddenly became muffled. The screen suddenly went black, and the music disappeared. Everything fell into a deathly silence. Shishang blinked. He was sure that his eyes were playing tricks on him. He tapped the keyboard a few times, but there was no response. Damn, why is the screen black? Shishang was about to call the network administrator when a line of words suddenly popped up on the screen. I once thought that he was my god. In the end, I found out that everything was just my delusion. Shishang's heart skipped a beat. Did I trigger a hidden quest? The words appeared on the screen for about 10 seconds, and the fog-like darkness slowly faded away. She was standing in a valley, and Ink Seeker was standing next to her. Shishang pulled the map up, down, left, and right. The valley was beautiful, but the color of the sky was extremely depressing. It made people feel extremely uncomfortable. She was sure that she had never seen this map before. A hidden map? Many functions on the interface were grayed out. The grayed out icon meant that those functions couldn't be used in this map. The only chat channel left was private chat. Damn, what kind of quest was this? Why was it so cruel to the players? She looked around the screen and found that there was no exit button. In other words, unless she rebooted the computer, she couldn't exit. And even if she rebooted, she might not be able to leave. Too cruel. Shishang clicked on the taskbar and found that all the tasks were grayed out, except for the hidden task. Hidden mission. Ink Seeker has sent you a friend request. Do you accept? This time, Shishang's hand didn't slip and he clicked agree. What a joke. They couldn't use anything in this place, and she wasn't home. If she didn't agree, they could only chat telepathically. PM, Ink Seeker. A new hidden quest has appeared in my quest list. Ink Seeker didn't beat around the bush. PM, Music for Miles. A Millennium Dream. Did they only appear now? PM, Ink Seeker. Amen. PM, Music for Miles. I'll say that I received this hidden quest the moment you killed me 99 times. PM, Ink Seeker. PM, Music for Miles. God, did you really not know about this hidden quest and intentionally slashed me 99 times? PM, Ink Seeker. No. PM, Music for Miles. My mission is to find Shi Li. What's yours? PM, Ink Seeker. No quest. PM, Music for Miles. What the hell was no quest? Ink Seeker really didn't have a quest. There was only a hidden quest that had suddenly popped up. A Millennium Dream. Apart from that, there was nothing else. Shishang fell silent for a moment. She received the hidden quest after being killed 99 times, and Ink Seeker had killed her 99 times. However, she received the hidden quest before Ink Seeker did. In other words, she was the one leading the quest. PM, Music for Miles. Let's look around first. My quest is to find an NPC called Shi Li. Things were already like this. She had to bite the bullet and do it. The valley wasn't very big. The two of them quickly circled around the valley. Let alone an NPC, they didn't even see a single living thing. It was pitch black outside the valley. Shishang tried to walk out, but just as she was about to step out of the valley, she found that she couldn't move. PM, Ink Seeker, 467,120. PM, Music for Miles. Found it. Ink Seeker didn't reply. She had no choice but to run to the coordinates herself. This was the top of the valley. Earlier, she had only circled around the bottom of the valley and hadn't come up. Once she came up, she'd see a cave hidden by trees. The coordinates were right inside the cave. Shishang bent down and entered. Ink Seeker and a beauty stood facing each other. There was a message above the beauty's head. You were sent by him? PM, Music for Miles. What's going on? PM, Ink Seeker. There's no option, but you can private chat with her. I clicked on her yes and no, but she didn't respond. Give it a try. Shishang clicked on the beauty, and a private chat window popped up. PM, Shi Li. You were sent by him. What the hell? An NPC came to this crappy cave to wait? Shishang first typed yes, and Shi Li's reply was still the same. He typed no, and it was still the same. The only two answers were actually wrong. Developers, are you toying with I? PM, Music for Miles. No. PM, Ink Seeker. The two of them stared speechlessly at Shi Li. This was the NPC she was looking for. But why didn't she respond to the two answers? PM, Music for Miles. Have you seen the background of God and Demons Continent? PM, Ink Seeker. It's on the official website. F*CK, does that mean you haven't seen it before? Your grandpa. PM, music for Miles. This quest might take a while. I'll go pay up first. You go take a look at the background of God and Demon's continent. PM, Ink Seeker. Shang went to the front desk to pay up, and also turned on the computer next to him. Fortunately, she had asked for a 2-person private room. Wooden Bells had given her account number to Shang when she went offline, so Shang directly logged into her account. This girl had about the same number of friends as Shang. She only had a few, and there were only 3 IDs she didn't recognize. Shang saw that she had actually gone offline. At this time, the world chat was in an uproar. When she and Ink Seeker were surrounded, the two of them suddenly went offline. Quite a few people said that they were scared. Scared your grandpa. You little bitches, I'll be back. Don't be so cocky. Shang closed the world chat and quickly poked Godly Tycoon. PM, Wooden Bells. Why aren't Undermoons 4 online? PM, Godly Tycoon. Question mark. PM, Wooden Bells. I'm music for Miles. PM, Godly Tycoon. The world chat is saying that you went offline because you were surrounded. PM, Wooden Bells. Listen to those idiots blabbering. How could I be surrounded and forced to go offline? PM, Godly Tycoon. Then why are you using someone else's account? Godly Tycoon glanced at his friends list. Music for Miles really wasn't online. PM, Wooden Bells. I was teleported to a hidden map. It's the hidden quest I asked you guys about last time. Can you contact Undermoon and the others? The quest was a bit troublesome. Midnight. Clap asterisk seeking votes T Group 1. 437322871, full. Group 2. 583578890. Chapter 164. PM, Godly Tycoon. Are you with Ink Seeker? Tycoon, your focus is off. Private chat. Wooden Bell. Didn't they say that I was besieged and went offline with him? Of course I'm with him. Private chat. Godly Tycoon. I'll call them. Wait a moment. Private chat. Wooden Bell. Brother, big brother, hurry up. Tycoon didn't reply. He probably called Undermoon. Shang opened the official website to look at the background of the mythical demon's continent. The story was very simple. The entire game began 1,000 years after the Great Divine Infernal War. The Protoss faction's main quest was to find the Divine Lord, while the Demon faction's main quest was to rescue the suppressed Demon Lord. There wasn't any useful information. Tycoon invited you to join his team. You didn't earn any money today. Do you agree? Shang quickly clicked, agree. Drunk Undermoon and Wind Song Undermoon were already there. After she entered, Crabapple Undermoon entered as well. Snowfall Undermoon, who had always been active, was nowhere to be seen. Party, Windsong Undermoon. Why isn't Snowfall up yet? Brother Tycoon, how long did you guys do it last night? Piao Shue couldn't even get out of bed. Team Godly Tycoon. He is still sleeping. Team Wooden Bells. It was simply too dirty. Party, Drunken Alone Under the Moon. It doesn't matter even if he's here. Lil Music needed some IQ to get us here. Party, Wind Song Undermoon. That makes sense. Cough cough, let's get to the point. Party, Crabapple Undermoon. Little Music entered a hidden map. Team Wooden Bells. Yes, that NPC doesn't respond no matter how we answer. Party, Crabapple Undermoon. What did the NPC say? Team Mu Lingdang. She asked if you were sent by him? Yes and no were both wrong. Was the development team trying to play the players to death? Party, Crabapple Undermoon. I've checked the official website, and there's only so much stuff that's been updated. There's a lot of background information that hasn't been released yet, but there's one that we can refer to. Party. Drunk Alone Under Moon, Mythical Continent's original work. Original work. Was this game adapted from a novel? There was no such thing in the original owner's memory, nor was there any mention of it in the plot. Party. Windsong Under Moon. The Mythical Continent game is based on a novel. We've recently read through the novel. To be honest, apart from the huge background, this novel was Jack Sue. Team Wooden Bells. I'm telling you, the author will beat you up if you talk like that. Even if it was Jack Sue, it was still someone's hard work, not to mention that this novel had been adapted into such a successful game. Party. Crabapple Under Moon. Little Music. The NPC you're talking about is a rather tragic side character. She was the princess of the celestial race, but she fell in love with the general of the demon race, Xiao Jing. The demon race used her to attack the celestial race, and for some reason, Xiao Jing lost his memories. The misunderstanding between the two grew bigger and bigger, and in the end, the great war of gods and demons broke out. The two met again on the battlefield, and in the end, Xiao Jing recovered his memories. However, the great war of gods and demons had reached its final moments, and he couldn't back down. The place where you are now should be where the princess is locked up. Team Wooden Bells. I got it. If it was neither yes nor no, then it must be his name that Sheely mentioned. The planning team really knew how to have fun. If they met a retard, they could forget about completing this hidden mission for the rest of their lives. The Shang switched back to the other side. Ink Seeker's private message just happened to arrive. PM, Ink Seeker. Xiao Jing. PM, Music for Miles. How did he know? F*CK. Shang gloomily poked Shi Li and typed in Xiao Jing. Perhaps it was because Ink Seeker was a demon, but Shi Li ignored him. Only Shang could do it. PM, Shi Li. You're also in cahoots with him. Die. In the end, Shi Li suddenly went berserk, catching Shang and Ink Seeker off guard. Even if you're an NPC, you can't be so fickle, okay? You can't be so fickle. Shang and Ink Seeker worked together to bring Shi Li's health to critical levels. Just as they were about to finish her off, Shi Li returned to her original state and collapsed to the ground, barely breathing. Poking her now was useless. She was no longer losing health. NPCs really were amazing. If they wanted to lose health, they wouldn't lose health, they wouldn't lose health. If they wanted to go berserk, they would go berserk. They simply didn't respect players at all. PM, Shi Li. I've loved him for so many years. Why did he do this to me? I want revenge. I can't accept this. Hidden quest. Shi Li's grudge. And then, there was nothing. She and Ink Seeker were teleported out of the cave. Your grandpa. You got into a fight for no reason and gave me a quest without any explanation? PM, Ink Seeker. What quest? Ink Seeker still couldn't see the quest. PM, Music for Miles. Shi Li's grudge. No explanation. Shang looked like he had a split personality as he switched to the nearby computer. Party. Wooden Bells. Shi Li went berserk and got into a fight for no reason and gave me a quest. Shi Li's grudge. No explanation. Party. Windsong Under Moon. Party. Godly Tycoon. Little Music. How did you get such a crazy quest? Don't do it. It was obvious who this guy was from his tone of voice. To be honest, when Snowfall Under Moon wasn't around, the other three Under Moons were pretty normal. But as long as Snowfall Under Moon was around, there was nothing normal about it. Party. Wooden Bells. It's not a matter of whether I do it or not. It's a matter of whether the system will let me go or not. Think about it. The development team had set the trigger condition at the start of the game. It required one person to kill another person 99 times. If such a harsh condition was met, how could the system let the player go? The party fell silent for a moment. 10 seconds later, Yu Haitang sent a message. Party. Yu Haitang Under Moon. Shi Li misunderstood Xiao Jing. She's definitely angry with Xiao Jing. You need to find Xiao Jing. Party. Wooden bells. Let me see. Shi Shang controlled music for miles to look around. The darkness outside the valley had receded. Did that mean they could leave? Shi Shang and Ink Seeker left. Sure enough, it wasn't like before. Just as they were about to continue forward, Ink Seeker suddenly disappeared. PM, music for miles. Holy shit, what are you doing? Sorry, your friend has gone offline. He went offline. What an unreliable pig of a teammate. Sure enough, it was better to rely on oneself than on others. Shi Shang walked forward alone. After walking for about 10 meters, she suddenly couldn't walk any further. System notice. Player Ink Seeker has gone offline. You cannot proceed. What the hell? He went offline, so I couldn't proceed? She tried controlling her character to move forward, but the system notice kept popping up. She tried to move forward, backward, left, and right. The range was about 20 meters. She couldn't proceed beyond that. Shi Shang was depressed. What the hell was with this stupid quest? Why did that idiot Ink Seeker go offline all of a sudden? *4. Ink Seeker, that idiot. Ha 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 ha. Please vote, please vote. Chapter 165. Shi Shang waited for about half an hour, but Ink Seeker didn't come online. She had no choice but to play on Wooden Bell's account. She chatted about the hidden quest while doing her daily quests. Loudspeaker, Li Suo, Sang Yu's Not Late and I are getting married at 8 p.m. next Saturday. If you're online, go to the Moon Elder Temple to receive your wedding money. Shi Shang checked the message twice to make sure she hadn't seen it before. Didn't they just have a fight? Why are they getting married all of a sudden? Was fighting a sign of things to come? World, lonely, congratulations God and Sang Yu. May you be together for 100 years. World, Mu Li's in love. Brother Li, are you really going to marry her? She's lying to you, Brother Li. Trust me. World. Congratulations God. World, wind walking the heavens frowny face world, Sang Yu's not late. Welcome everyone to the wedding. World, live. Congratulations God. World. The world was filled with compliments and congratulations. Mu Li in love's words were quickly brushed away. Snowfall Under Moon, on the other hand, began to chatter in the party chat. Party. Snowfall Under Moon. Drunk Flower Den's little bitch is actually getting married. Win chant. How about we go and snatch the bride this Saturday? Party. Win chant. Snatch a man or a woman? Party. Snowfall Under Moon. Of course a woman. She's easy to snatch. Party. Drunk Alone Under Moon. Success. Who wants a woman? In God and Demons Continent's bride snatching system, as long as the snatching was successful, the player would be legally married to the woman. This was one of God and Demons Continent's trickiest and most attractive parts. When the marriage system was first updated, there were already quite a few big fights over bride snatching. Party. Snowfall Under Moon. Of course it's Win chant. I'm a girl, not a lesbian. Party. Win chant. You're playing a female account. You really think you're a girl? Party. Drunk Alone Under Moon. Party. Crabapple Under Moon. Party. Wooden Bells. Why don't you and Tycoon just get married? The Undermoons didn't have much face, but Tycoon did. Tycoon could steal Li Suo and Sang Yu's Not Late's limelight. Party. Drinking Under the Moon. Little Music's words are reasonable. Party. Tycoon. I have no objections. Party. Snowfall Under Moon. No, I disagree. Party. Win Song Under Moon. Tycoon bro, give me some money. I'll go prepare some things first. Party. Snowfall Under Moon. I don't want it. I said I don't want it. Party. Crabapple Under Moon. The wedding can be set at 8 p.m. Team Wooden Bells. Buy more fireworks and roses and use them during Li Suo's wedding. Party. Win Song Under Moon. Little Music is so ruthless, but I like it ha ha ha. Fireworks for 100 years and roses for a lifetime would occupy the entire screen of the matchmaker's temple. Other than fireworks and roses, nothing else could be seen. Party. Snowfall under moon. Hey hey, can anyone listen to me? I'm not marrying, okay? Team, Godly Tycoon. Your opinion is not important. And so, Snowfall under moon was married off. Shi Shang joked around with them for a while. Seeing that Ink Seeker wasn't online yet, he also logged off and went home. It took her some time to set up the computer. When she went online, it was already midnight. She found that she was still at the place where she went offline. Sure enough, that was the case. If she didn't complete the quest, she wouldn't be able to leave. Seeing that there was nothing fun to do, she prepared to log off. Suddenly, a light flashed beside her. Ink Seeker's figure slowly appeared. PM. Ink Seeker. There's a blackout. Is the quest still there? PM. Music for Miles. MN. It'll still be there when I log off. It's too late today. Let's do it tomorrow. Ink Seeker hesitated for a few seconds. PM. Ink Seeker. Okay. Shi Shang directly turned off the computer and went to bed. The next day, before she could log on, she was informed by a servant that school was starting today. She could only pack her things and go to school. Because she was a new student, Shi Shang saw many sophomores and juniors helping her guide the new students. The original owner had a heart condition. Her family was afraid that something would happen to her, so they usually sent someone to accompany her when she went out. Naturally, no one came forward to help her. Miss, please wait a moment. I'll go get your things. Shi Shang nodded. She casually walked around the school. The environment wasn't bad. On her way back, there were two girls walking behind her. One of them was excitedly talking to her. I heard that Senior Dongfang will be giving a speech at the new student orientation ceremony. Maybe we'll be able to see him. Who's Senior Dongfang? I say, all you do is play games. You don't even know who Senior Dongfang is. Dongfang Li from the computer science department. He's the dream lover of countless girls. Can you please be a little more down to earth? Fine. How did you know he'd come? I went to the tutors just now and heard him talking to the dean. Ah, I'm so excited when I think about seeing Senior Dongfang. You're so love-struck. So what if I'm love-struck? If it's Senior Dongfang, I'm willing to be love-struck for the rest of my life. If I have a boyfriend like him, I can die with no regrets. Be realistic. How could someone like him like you? It's better to be safe than sorry. What if Senior Dongfang takes a liking to me? Right. Shi Shang slowed down by 2 steps. He turned his head slightly and looked at the two girls talking. The one who was very excited was a girl with short hair. She was quite cute. The girl next to her had a fair and clean face. Her facial features weren't very delicate, but they were pleasant to look at. She had delicate features, a ponytail, and a denim skirt. She had a pure temperament. The host had never seen the female lead before, but the short-haired girl had mentioned Dongfang Li. Dongfang Li was the male lead. According to the female lead's personality, she must have no impression of the male lead. She wasn't love-struck. Only then would she be able to attract the male lead's attention. Moreover, this girl fit the description of the female lead in the novel. She was pure, innocent, and pure. Perhaps because Shi Shang's gaze was too direct, the girl raised her head and looked in her direction. She pursed her lips and smiled. Smile, 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 smile. I can't give you sweets. Shi Shang probably didn't like the female lead. He indifferently looked away. This was awkward. The girl paused for a moment before looking away. She continued talking to the short-haired girl as if nothing had happened. Sang Yu, come here. Someone waved at her from afar. The girl labeled as the female lead by Shi Shang looked up. She responded and ran over with the short-haired girl. Now she was sure that this girl was the female lead. Shi Shang stood there for a while and calmly watched Sang Yu walk away. It was a bit surprising that she was in the same school as Sang Yu. After all, the host didn't live to see the real world. Asterisk 5 updates. Group 1, 4373222871, full. Group 2, 5835788890, asking for votes, asking for monthly votes, asking for rewards. Some people say that you have to act cute and roll around to get votes. I'm acting cute and rolling around. Do you have votes? Please give me some soup. Chapter 166. After returning from school, Shi Shang immediately logged into the game. Ink Seeker was already there, standing there motionlessly. She didn't know how long he'd been there. PM, Ink Seeker, continue. As soon as she logged in, Ink Seeker sent her a message. PM, music for Miles. MN. Ink Seeker seemed to have activated some sort of cheat and suddenly seemed to know everything. Shi Shang didn't need to worry about the quest at all. All she had to do was follow Ink Seeker's instructions. However, the quest was too tedious and boring. After a while, Shi Shang lost interest and stood there motionlessly. Ink Seeker walked for a while before suddenly realizing that he couldn't walk anymore. When he turned around, the woman in white had already sat down cross-legged. He had no choice but to go back. PM, Ink Seeker, ? PM, music for Miles. Boring. I don't want to do it anymore. PM, Ink Seeker. PM, music for Miles. I'm logging off first. Shi Shang decisively logged off, not giving Ink Seeker a chance to react. Ji Yen looked at the empty map and angrily slammed his hand on the keyboard. This fickle woman. He was so angry. He irritably got up, walked over to the window, and pulled open the curtains. The sunlight from the outside rushed into the room and enveloped him. Ji Yen furrowed his brows in displeasure. A second later, he pulled the curtains shut and paced back and forth in the dark room, occasionally glancing at the computer screen. After Shi Shang logged off, she logged into Wooden Bell's account and messed around with Undermoon Wolves for a while. She and Ink Seeker were locked up in a little black room, and the entire world seemed to have fallen silent. Shi Shang was so bored that she wanted to eat dirt. However, it didn't take long for her to get bored again. She couldn't muster up any energy if she didn't commit murder and arson, so she logged off and went to sleep. The next day, she went to school and didn't have time to log on. By the time she logged on again, it was already the third day. However, when she logged on, she discovered that her account wasn't at the same place she logged off last time. Instead, it was on a map she'd never seen before. The hidden quest had also changed. Shi Shang fell silent and glanced at the character next to her. PM, music for Miles. You stole my account without my permission. That's immoral. PM, Ink Seeker. With your permission, I didn't steal your account. PM, music for Miles. He was actually speechless. PM, music for Miles. Do it yourself. I won't play with you anymore. Shi Shang quickly went offline. As a result, she didn't see Ink Seeker's message. PM, Ink Seeker. Wait. Ji Yen really couldn't understand this girl. He had stolen her account, but she was still so calm. Wasn't she afraid that he would sell her account? What a weirdo. Shi Shang had been busy since the start of school, so she hadn't logged on for the past 2 days. Even if she did, she would only take a quick glance at her progress. She hadn't completed the hidden quest yet, so she logged off without even saying goodbye to Ink Seeker. Ink Seeker was so angry that he wanted to sell her account several times. By the time Shi Shang was done with his work, it was already Saturday, which was also the day of Li Suo and Sang Yu's wedding. PM, music for Miles. Why aren't you done? PM, Ink Seeker. What was the meaning of this dissatisfied and condemning tone? She was unhappy that he was doing it alone. Shi Shang flipped through the hidden mission. The mission had changed to Dream of 1,000 Years. This should be the final mission. PM, music for Miles. Final. PM, Ink Seeker. Amen. PM, music for Miles. Then hurry up. There's going to be a good show to watch. Shi Shang hurriedly started doing the mission. Her account had disappeared for a week now. If she didn't go out and make her presence known, those little bitches would soon forget about her. As a qualified villain, this was something she absolutely couldn't tolerate. Shi Shang's comprehension skills were very good. She immediately understood what Ink Seeker was trying to tell her. The final mission was to return to that valley and talk to Shi Li. At this moment, the world chat was also bustling with activity. It was almost 8 p.m. Li Suo and Sang Yu's not late's wedding was about to begin. Sang Yu's not late had already changed into her wedding attire under the escort of her friends and family. She stood in front of Yu Lao with Li Suo, who was also wearing his wedding attire. The wedding attire was the most expensive one available in the marketplace. It had lighting effects, making the two of them look peerless. The chat was filled with congratulatory messages. Sang Yu's not late was a bit nervous. Was she really going to marry a god? The time on the screen slowly ticked by. 19:59, 45:19, 59:55. In the final 3 seconds, a dialogue box popped up in front of Sang Yu's not late, asking her if she was willing to marry Li Suo. Sang Yu nervously clicked, yes. A second later. System announcement. Congratulations to Player Music for Miles and Player Ink Seeker for passing through the Millennium Dream Secret Realm together. They are rewarded with the title, Undying, and the limited edition couple set, 3 Lives, 3 Worlds. System announcement. Congratulations to Player Music for Miles and Player Ink Seeker for tying the knot. They will be together for 100 years. System announcement. The Millennium Dream Secret Realm is about to open. Please look forward to it. 3 system announcements popped up. At the same time, the screen was filled with fireworks and roses. The system had added special effects to music for Miles and Ink Seeker's names, so even the fireworks and roses couldn't hide them. Some of the people who were following along only realized what was going on after the notifications. There was something wrong with their names. Undermoon and the others, who were secretly trying to steal Li Suo and Sang Yu's not late's limelight, were all stunned. Just a moment ago, they thought that Shi Shang wasn't online. Who would have thought that these notifications would pop up in the blink of an eye? World, just watching shows. World, Wind Whisper. World, holy shit. World, wine between my crotch and butt itches. The world chat fell into a strange silence. Shi Shang was also a bit dumbfounded when he saw the 3 system announcements. Just a moment ago, she and Ink Seeker had returned to that cave. PM, Shi Li. Are you willing to die for him? Die for who? Ink Seeker? Die my ass. I don't want to die. Shi Shang's actions were faster than his brain. Just as this thought flashed through his mind, his hand had already clicked, no. Wait a minute. I's hand slipped and clicked on the wrong button. Of course I have to be willing in this situation. Just as Shi Shang was feeling regretful, the entire screen suddenly started shaking. It was as if it was collapsing. PM, Shi Li. There really isn't any true love in this world. Since that's the case, I might as well destroy it. It was as if the screen was being sliced apart by countless swords and sabers. None of his skills could be used. He could only watch as his character swayed among the fragments. It was as if he was a lone boat in the middle of an ocean, drifting without any support. Just as Shi Shang thought that he was dead for sure, the screen suddenly stopped collapsing. Then, the 3 system announcements popped up. What followed was a screen full of fireworks and roses. World, snowfall under moon. Little music, your face slaps are too painful. Haha, but it feels so good. P.S. Tycoon bro, can we cancel the date now? Snowfall under moon broke the silence. The world chat immediately became lively. World, holy shit. Music for Miles and Ink Seeker Dashin disappeared for so long. Why are they making such a big fuss as soon as they come back? What are they trying to do? World, lightly dancing. Music for Miles and Ink Seeker Dashin are actually married. World, just watching shows. Did Music for Miles and Ink Seeker Dashin really not do this on purpose? Asterisk pleading for votes, pleading for this treasure to develop the good habit of casually leaving a 5-star rating. Chapter 167. Shi Shang's mouth twitched when he saw the title Ink Seeker's Wife above her head. Mother Kerr, this is the only reward I get after doing so many quests? Stingy. Bad review. Only that limited edition costume was worth a bit, but that costume was bound to the player and couldn't be traded. What the F***ck? Shi Shang felt stifled as he looked at the costume in his bag. Does this count as completing the hidden quest? Isn't this a bit too easy? System, are you sure you haven't been poisoned? Starting from the next world, the difficulty will increase. This world is for the host's transition. The system's cold voice rang out. Shi Shang fell silent. No wonder the quests were so easy. In other words, she could play as she pleased now? Host, please do not destroy this world as you please. Otherwise, I will forcibly remove you from this world. What a sin. Why did I have to give her a transition world for no reason? Someone like the host can just directly take it. Fine, I won't destroy this world as I please. BBB, will seriously destroy this world. World music for miles. That's right, I did it on purpose. What, are you unhappy? Come hit me. Shi Shang's words caused the world chat to explode. World, endless white. Music for miles, don't stir up trouble. World, wind walking the world, report music for Miles's coordinates. 200 gold. World, music for miles. I'm stirring up trouble. Come hit me. World, Li Suo, music for miles. I'm getting married today. I don't want to see blood. World, music for miles. But I want to. God, you'll fulfill this small wish of mine, right? World, snowfall under moon. F***ck your grandpa. Drunk Flower Den's little bitch started a massacre in Moonlit Temple. Little music, where are you? Hurry up and protect me. Since this is the malice of the single dog in the development team, a massacre is allowed in Moonlit Temple. World, wind walking the world. F***ck your mom. Who started it? World, snowfall under moon. Brother Windforce, it was you. You were the one who started it. You bullied me and I didn't want it. I want you to treat me like how you treated Sang Yu's Not Late. I want hugs and kisses. World, godly tycoon, snowfall. World, windsong under moon. Snowdrift is dead for sure, haha. World, listening to the wind. Ink Seeker Dashin, hurry up and pull your wife back. World war will start. World, Ink Seeker. World. This is the first time I've seen Ink Seeker Dashin in the world chat. Let's take a picture together as a souvenir. World, dance gracefully. I won't tell you guys, but this is also the first time we've seen Ink Seeker Great God in the world chat. Let's take a group photo together. World, music for Miles Frowny Face. World, listening to the wind. I can't refute this reason. Speaking in the world required money. $1 per time. World, just watching shows, so Music for Miles is really together with Ink Seeker Dashin. World, music for miles. No matter how awesome I am, I'm not awesome enough to make a system announcement by hand. In conclusion, this is true. World, green flower on sauerkraut. The intimacy level between Ink Seeker Dashin and Music for Miles is 0. World, F***ck. So it's a bug? Like all games, if you want to get married, you have to raise your intimacy level to 13-14. Otherwise, you won't be able to get married. As for those who are married, their scores would be displayed on the Love Stronger Than Gold list, and the intimacy level would be displayed behind it. Shi Shang and Ink Seeker's names were followed by a string of duck eggs. A bunch of retards. Did they eat the system announcement just now? She was the one who got the results, okay? Shi Shang hurried over to the Moonlit Temple. All of them had red names. Undermoon and Tycoon were extremely conspicuous. If she wanted to make a move here, she would have to start a massacre. Shi Shang started a massacre and went straight for Li Suo and Sang Yu's Not Late. There was no helping it. She just wanted to kill them. Sang Yu's Not Late was the first to be killed by Shi Shang. Area: Sang Yu's Not Late. Music for Miles, are you crazy? Shi Shang found the time to reply. Area: Music for Miles. You're the medicine. Killing you makes me, very happy. Sang Yu's Not Late was a little confused. Why couldn't she understand? Area: Li Suo. Sang Yu, don't get up. Sang Yu's Not Late was originally planning to get up, but after hearing Li Suo's words, she gave up. She wasn't strong enough to fight Music for Miles. Music for Miles was like a madwoman. Li Suo's mechanics were pretty good. Shi Shang was having a hard time fighting him. Just as his health was about to hit rock bottom, a skill light suddenly appeared from the side and interrupted Li Suo. Shi Shang immediately retreated to Snowfall Under Moon's side and had him heal him. Area: Ink Seeker. 5,000 gold. Area: Music for Miles. Hubby, we're family. Why are you talking about money? You're treating me like an outsider. Area: Ink Seeker. I'm leaving. Area: Music for Miles. Don't. Hubby, I have money. You go. I'll give you as much as you want. Kill these little bitches. Area: Snowfall Under Moon. Little Music, are you keeping Ink Seeker as your mistress? Area: Windsong Under Moon. Snowfall, stop chatting. Fuck, look at the blood. Because of Li Suo and Ink Seeker's fight, the people from Moonlit Temple spontaneously stopped what they were doing and gave up the battlefield. Ink Seeker's equipment wasn't as good as Li Suo's. Moreover, he had been delayed for so long because of the hidden quest. In reality, he had no chance of winning against Li Suo. Shi Shang didn't know if Li Suo had given him a cheat, but in the end, he won. PM, Ink Seeker. Pay up. PM, Music for Miles. Can I owe you? PM, Ink Seeker. No. PM, Music for Miles. Not cute at all. Shi Shang handed the money over to Ink Seeker. PM, Music for Miles. Hubby, how about I give you another 5,000 after you kill all these people? PM, Ink Seeker. Why don't you do it yourself? PM, Music for Miles. I'm afraid their lifespans will be shortened. PM, Ink Seeker. How could she say something like that? Did she really think she was an ancestor? Ink Seeker went on a killing spree and cleared out all the people from Moonlit Temple. Shi Shang was now certain that Ink Seeker had used a cheat. His account wasn't that strong to begin with, so how could he solo so many people? It was simply illogical. The world chat was filled with the curses of Drunkflower Den's players. However, Shi Shang and Ink Seeker didn't reply. If people came, they'd just kill them. Because of Shi Shang's interference, Snowfall Under Moon and Tycoon's wedding was delayed until 9 p.m. After the wedding was held at 9 p.m., Shi Shang went offline, no longer paying any attention to those people who wanted nothing more than to kill him. Drunkflower Den's reputation had hit rock bottom. Their wedding had been messed up, and they were even killed to the point where they couldn't retaliate. This wedding was far more bloody than that. Moreover, the upcoming update to Dream of 1,000 Years also became a topic of discussion. The next day, Dream of 1,000 Years was released. It was a level 120 dungeon that would drop high-level materials and equipment. After this, Shi Shang's daily routine was to provoke Drunkflower Den and kill people with Ink Seeker. After that, he was chased all over the world. Players from other servers found out about these two oddballs on the forums, so they all opened their alt accounts to watch this oddball couple. There were even some who directly gave up on their main accounts and started over. After all, if a server didn't have any gossip, that server wouldn't be very fun. Asterisk, come kill me. Need votes. Need votes. Need rewards. Chapter 168. After class, Shi Shang scrolled through the game forums on his phone. The Mythical Continent servers had been shut down yesterday. After the update, there would be a faction war. But the heated discussion on the forums wasn't about the update. Instead, it was a post from a Smurf account. The title of the post was 818. Sang Yu's Not Late did shameless things over the years. The OP listed a few things. For example, before Sang Yu's Not Late became famous, she worked with Call Me Profiteer. She provided things for Call Me Profiteer to sell them, and Call Me Profiteer would take a cut. But after she became familiar with the buyer, she bypassed Call Me Profiteer and directly traded with the player. This was extremely unkind behavior. It could be considered stealing Call Me Profiteer's business. For example, when Sang Yu's Not Late was running dungeons, as long as the Almighty was there, she would say what she wanted and the Almighty would give it to her. Another example was when she took things from the guild storage but never handed them over. The OP listed them one by one. Sang Yu's Not Late was about to become a green TB*TCH. The OP was exaggerating. Even if the female lead had a breakdown, she wouldn't be as shameless as the OP said. Ouch. Shishang lowered his head. Suddenly, someone bumped into him. He took a few steps back, but before he could make a sound, the person who bumped into him made a sound first. Shishang looked up at the girl. It was the girl who was with Sang Yu. Trouble is coming. A few words flashed across Shishang's mind. The girl was knocked to the ground, and a stack of documents scattered all over the floor. Momo, are you okay? Sang Yu ran over from afar and helped the girl up. I told you not to be distracted. This is a school. If you were on the road, you'd be dead. The girl called Momo flicked her hair and said angrily, I was carrying so many things. How could I see in front of me? She didn't know how to move aside and insisted on bumping into me. Shishang. You bumped into someone and you're blaming me. I haven't even started being unruly yet. Sang Yu looked in the direction Momo was pointing. When she saw Shishang's face clearly, she was slightly surprised. It was her. The girl she saw last time. Junior, aren't you going to apologize for bumping into someone? Sang Yu asked softly. Shishang twirled the phone in his hand and smiled wickedly. I don't want to apologize. Not to mention that she didn't bump into him, even if she did, she wouldn't apologize. Momo sized up Shishang from head to toe. Her eyes were full of disdain as she said, You're dressed to the nines. Why are you so uncultured? Of course, an uncultured person is uncultured. What do you mean? Momo glared at him. I'm saying that you have no manners. Shishang blinked innocently, but his clear eyes were filled with undisguised malice. It seems that senior sister is not only uneducated, but also illiterate. The female lead must have an irritable best friend by her side. Momo was immediately enraged. Hey, the freshmen nowadays are so arrogant. Which department are you from? What does it have to do with you which department I'm in? Do you want to be a snitch like a primary school student? You. Momo's expression darkened. She didn't know if Shishang had hit the nail on the head. Momo, don't say any more. The dean is still waiting. Send the things over first, Sang Yu interjected. Shishang glanced at Sang Yu. The coldness in his eyes was like a knife stabbing into Sang Yu's heart. It made her feel very uncomfortable. No way. She has to apologize to me today. Momo's temper flared. I won't. Are you going to hit me? Shishang's expression was arrogant, and his tone was very infuriating. Sang Yu looked at the girl in front of her. She suddenly had an illusion. She thought of music for miles in the game. She was also so arrogant and so detestable. I'm going to hit you. Momo rolled up her sleeves, took 2 steps forward, and raised her hand to slap Shishang's face. Shishang quickly dodged to the side. Momo's hand brushed past his cheek. Shishang turned around and slapped Momo across the face. A crisp slap rang out. A few students who were passing by looked over. Shishang didn't use much strength. His body wasn't well to begin with. It was just that the sound was a little loud. Momo only felt a little numb on her cheek, but it didn't hurt much. But being slapped in front of so many people, how could she hide her face? SSS. Senior Dongfang. Heavens, it's really our idol. Why did he come back to school? Senior Dongfang is going to give a speech at today's orientation ceremony. Didn't you know? Why didn't anyone tell me about such an important thing? Luckily, I saw our idol here. Otherwise, I would have missed the chance to meet him. Ah, our idol is so handsome. There was a sudden commotion among the girls. Shi Shang cursed in his heart. He knew the plot would develop like this. When the female lead met the supporting female lead, the male lead would definitely appear. The young man walked down from the bridge over the artificial lake. His gaze faintly fell in Sang Yu's direction. He paused for a moment, then walked over and stood beside Shi Shang. Junior Chu. Shi Shang blinked innocently. Did the male lead know the original owner? What did he mean by suddenly greeting her? Shi Shang tried hard to search through the original owner's memories and finally found a little bit of connection. The Chu family and the Dongfang family had always had a cooperative relationship. Sometimes, Father Chu would take the original owner to some relaxed banquets. It wasn't strange that Dongfang Li had seen the original owner at a banquet. But, this guy suddenly greeted her because of the female lead, right? The male lead already knew the female lead's real identity, so he came back to school this time. But he was afraid that he would scare the female lead if he spoke to her rashly, so she was just a springboard. F***K. Thinking of this, he suddenly felt bad. You are. Shi Shang put on a mysterious smile. Dongfang Li frowned slightly. Junior Chu doesn't remember me? Do you really think you're a glowing little sun? Everyone should know you and remember you. Am I supposed to remember you? Dongfang Li was speechless. He had only met Chu Yunqi once. Although it had been a while, he never thought that there would be someone who didn't remember him. Out of the corner of his eye, he glanced at the documents that Sang Yu had picked up and stuffed into Momo's hands. Dongfang Li naturally changed the topic. You're the junior who went to deliver the documents? Momo nodded blankly. I'm going to the auditorium too. Let's go together. Huh? In front of a beauty, how could Momo remember being hit? Her face felt like it was on fire and she couldn't even speak clearly. Oh, okay. Junior Chu, do you want to come with us? I don't have time. I'm not going to watch the male lead and female lead get lovey-dovey. My power could leak at any time. #malice from the single dog #Dongfang Li was just asking casually. This way, it wouldn't seem like he was doing it on purpose, so he was actually very satisfied with Shi Shang's rejection. She was such a sensible junior. Even if she didn't remember him, he would forgive her. Writing is so painful. Please caress, babies. Let me touch you. 2,500 recommendation votes. Please update. 100 monthly votes. Please update. Cherub with votes. Come on. Don't pity me because I'm a delicate flower. Chapter 169. Shi Shang didn't go to the freshman ceremony. She felt disgusted whenever she saw the male and female leads and wanted to hack them to death. This was probably because she was a stepmother type of author. She would feel uncomfortable if she didn't abuse the female lead for a day. When Shi Shang returned home that night, the game had already been updated. The first group battle was set for the end of the month. Shi Shang looked through the latest news. The world chat was all about the group battle. Twinkle Gem Tower had also been updated to 120 floors. She glanced at the forums again. The post about Sang Yu's not late had disappeared. Boring. I can't even start a fight. Shi Shang returned to the game and poked Ink Seeker. PM, Music for Miles. Husband, come and farm intimacy. PM, Ink Seeker. Speak properly. Why can't I speak properly? PM, Music for Miles. Little bitch is here to farm intimacy. I need to use the husband and wife skill. How much intimacy does the husband and wife skill require? PM, Ink Seeker. Valley of Fallback 331,465. When Sher Shang teleported over, he found that Ink Seeker wasn't alone. There was also a smaf with the tag, "Call me Profiteer Number 1." The two were probably privately chatting. There were no records nearby. Area: "Call me Profiteer Number 1. I worship Great God" music song. Area: "Music for Miles. Someone suddenly calling me Great God. I'm so nervous." Those little B** cheese had never called her Great God. They had always been calling her Music for Miles and Music for Miles. They didn't respect her at all. Area: "Call me Profiteer Number 1, Great God music song. Are you selling the limited edition 3 Lives, 3 World set?" Selling? How? This thing is bound. Area: "Music for Miles. The set is bound. I can't sell it." Area: "Call me Profiteer Number 1. Great God Ink Seeker. Are you kidding me?" Area: "Ink Seeker. Deal." The two were silent for a long time. They were probably trading. Area: "Call me Profiteer Number 1, Great God music song. Since I'm calling you Great God, why don't you sell yours to me too?" Sher Shang's face darkened. He poked Ink Seeker. "PM, Music for Miles. You hacked the system again." "PM, Ink Seeker. Amen." "PM, Music for Miles. Great God music song. If the system was bound, he would have to hack it and sell it." "PM, Ink Seeker. There's no point in keeping them." "PM, Music for Miles. You can act cool." That thing was out of print. Out of print. Wearing it would definitely draw aggro. "PM, Ink Seeker. Nearby. Call me Profiteer Number 1. God Shinga, say something, are you selling?" Area: "Music for Miles. Not selling." Area: "Call me Profiteer Number 1. Why?" Ink Seeker Great God has already sold it, so there's no point in wearing it by yourself. Isn't there a saying that goes, the husband sings and the wife follows suit? Area: "Music for Miles. Just because you said that." Area: "Call me Profiteer Number 1, Guru, are you going to sell it?" Profiteer was excited. A limited edition couple set. It was very valuable and could be sold for a lot of money. Area: "Music for Miles. I'm not selling." What do you mean by husband and wife singing together? Husband singing and wife singing, my ass. No matter what, he had to follow his wife's lead. Do you know how to speak properly? Idiot. Area: "Ink Seeker. Nearby. Call me Profiteer Number 1. Which part of his sentence was wrong?" There was no need to take such a long pause. Area: "Music for Miles. I'm just breaking it down for fun. I won't give it to you." Area: "Call me Profiteer Number 1. God Shinga, don't be like this. If I said anything wrong, I'll take it back, okay? As long as you sell 3 Lives, 3 Worlds to me." Area: "Music for Miles. How can you take back what you spit out?" Area: "Call me Profiteer Number 1. Profiteer received 10,000 points of damage from Sher Shang. Having been in the business world for so many years, he wasn't afraid of the other party's schemes. He was only afraid of the other party being shameless and not caring about money. If he couldn't find the other party's weakness, there was no way to attack him. Area: "Call me Profiteer Number 1. God Shinga, if you change your mind, you're welcome to come find me. The price is negotiable." Profiteer left after saying this, as if he was afraid that Sher Shang would come looking for him. Area: "Music for Miles. Let's go, hubby. Let's go increase our intimacy." Area: "Ink Seeker." Ink Seeker thought that Sher Shang meant doing a couple quest when he said, "increase intimacy." However, he forgot that his new wife was a flamboyant and arrogant person who loved to show off. How could she possibly follow the rules and do a couple quest? Sher Shang brought Ink Seeker to Dreamback Mountain. This place was known as the place with the most beautiful scenery on God and Demon's continent. This was the entrance to the secret realm of Dream of 1,000 years. Dreamback Mountain was a mountain. The bottom of the mountain was filled with cherry blossoms. There was a particularly large cherry blossom at the top of the mountain. The scene was filled with cherry blossoms, and the entire mountain was pink. It was very dreamy. Shi Shang climbed to the top of the mountain, bought some fireworks, and traded them to Ink Seeker. PM. Music for Miles. Fire. PM. Ink Seeker. Apart from wedding fireworks, there was another type of fireworks that could be used to increase intimacy. Ink Seeker discovered that the fireworks Shi Shang bought were all more expensive. This wastrel. She bought these fireworks for 999 gold per set. There were 99 of them in each set, and each set gave her an intimacy of 1314. Yet Shi Shang gave him 20 sets. Wastrel. The highest intimacy level was 5201314, which gave them an awesome couple skill and title. But up until now, there hadn't been a couple in the game who had learned this skill. She gave him so many fireworks. Was she trying to raise her intimacy level to the highest? PM. Music for Miles. Set them aside for now. I'm going to eat. PM. Ink Seeker. Why should I set them off? PM. Music for Miles. You want me to set them off? Aren't you embarrassed? I bought them, and you want I to set them off myself? Shi Shang exploded at the slightest provocation. Ink Seeker silently set off fireworks. Women were so fickle. When Shi Shang returned from dinner, the entire world chat was filled with news of her and Ink Seeker setting off fireworks at Dreamback Mountain. World, just watching shows. Did Ink Seeker Dashin strike it rich, or did he forget to take his medicine? How many did he set off? How much did it cost? World, lightly dancing. Is this all of Ink Seeker Dashin's savings? Is Ink Seeker Dashin going to eat dirt? World, holy crap. Why isn't that rich girl music for Miles reacting? World, Mu Li in love. You're just trying to please the crowd. Buy Splendid Landscape if you can. World live broadcast. According to our channel's latest news, Ink Seeker Dashin has already set off 3 sets of fireworks. World, Splendid Landscape. I'm not selling. World, just watching shows. You're not selling it even at 5,200 per set? You might not even be able to get this price in Beijing. World, Splendid Landscape. Actually, I can consider it. Splendid Landscape was also a tool to raise intimacy level. 5,200 gold for one. Yes, one, not a set. It was so expensive that it made one's hair stand on end. World, Music for Miles. I'll lose face if I do as you say. How about you beg me and I'll let you see? World, Mu Li in love. Bah. Who do you think you are? You want me to beg you? World, Smuff 863. Are there so many rich players in this server? Asterisk Cherub who don't have 2,500 recommendation votes, you can do it. That's right, I'm updating. Chapter 170. System Announcement. Player Li Suo has lit up Splendid Landscape for his wife, Sang Yu's Not Late. The scene suddenly darkened. Clusters of flames rose from the foot of returning Dream Mountain, spreading out like a scroll. It was stunning and beautiful. The screen lasted for a minute. In the last 10 seconds, the flames converged to form Sang Yu's Not Late name. Shi Shang propped up his chin, a thoughtful look on his face. It had to be said that things that cost money were just beautiful. But to let that little bitch Ink Seeker play such a romantic thing? Dream on. Not even in your dreams. World, Sang Yu's Not Late frowny face. World, Li Suo. Call me hubby. World, F***CK. As a hooligan, I've actually been romanticized. Madam Zheng. I'm interested in you. World, just watching shows. Holy shit, I like you. Gay. World, F***CK off. I want a girl. World, Music for Miles. Hubby. World, Sang Yu's Not Late. Shi Shang and Sang Yu's Not Late messages appeared together. The world chat went silent for 3 seconds, then suddenly flooded with messages. World whined between my crotch and butt itches. Music for Miles really does have a grudge with Li Suo and his wife. Even at a time like this, she has to interfere. World Mu Lee in love. Music for Miles is shameless. Brother Lee didn't let you call him that. What are you calling him? World F***CK. Is this a love triangle? A four-way love triangle? A love triangle? The world chat is too hard to understand. I want to go back to Mars and go on a blind date. World Illusory Dream. Music for Miles is shameless. World Ink Seeker. She's calling me. World Music for Miles. Retard. Is your brother Lee the only married man in the entire server? Then how tired would he be? Even 4 kidneys wouldn't be able to save him. World Harry's Noble Dear. Pfft, I just came online and saw my little music so valiant. Ha 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 ha, little music is as V587 as always. World, just watching shows. Mommy, someone's abusing single people. System announcement. Player Tycoon has lit up Splendid Landscape for his wife, Snowfall Under Moon. Splendid Landscape appeared on the screen again. Shi Shang rolled his eyes speechlessly, then poked Ink Seeker. PM, Music for Miles. What are you spacing out for? Continue with the fireworks. PM, Ink Seeker. I'm waiting for your Splendid Landscape. PM, Music for Miles. You're thinking too much. Hurry up and set off the fireworks. I'm not going to say that I bought so many fireworks just to mess with him. PM, Ink Seeker. Looking at the fireworks in his bag, Ink Seeker silently cheated. At this rate, when would he be able to finish setting them all off? Right now, the game wasn't the main point. The main point was to watch Music for Miles act cool and get hunted down every day. The gaming company realized that this server was especially popular. Players often complained about not being able to enter. At first, they did not understand why these people would not let go of this server when there were so many other servers that had green lights. There's Cat Biscuits. Then, they discovered the odd couple who had caused the entire server to be in a state of chaos. Even the GMs liked this server. Games were meant to be chaotic. However, at this moment, someone suddenly complained anonymously. They said that these 2 accounts had cheats. Cheating had always been strictly checked in the game. After seeing the screenshot and explanation of the anonymous complainant, the company immediately started investigating. Did Ink Seeker use cheats? Of course he did. Although his lousy account had a high level, its equipment was too poor. Without cheats, there was no way it could win. Fair. What was that? Ink Seeker had no idea. Did Shi Shang use cheats? Of course they did. Did they really think that her money was endless? Breaking the law? That would depend on them being able to catch her first. To be honest, the gaming company had no idea what to do when they encountered 2 people who did not care about the law and justice. They investigated the 2 accounts and found nothing out of the ordinary. However, from their actions, there was indeed something out of the ordinary. Moreover, it was very obvious. And so, the 2 were protected by the GMs. Party Music for Miles. Go kill someone. Party, Ink Seeker. Kill who? Party, Music for Miles, 66. Motherfucker, which little bitch dared to report I? Don't let I find out. Party GM 66. Dear gods, I'm still here. Don't try to kill me in front of me. Party, Music for Miles. Then come over here and let me kill you. Party, GM 66. If you kill me, you'll be locked up in a small black room. Party, Ink Seeker. Nope. Party, GM 66. Question mark. Although he was a GM, his character in the game was equivalent to an NPC. If he attacked an NPC, he'd be locked up in a small black room. GM 66 was forcefully dragged into the dungeon. They didn't attack the boss, they just suppressed him. If he died, they would use a resurrection pill to revive him. It was simply inhumane. It was a tragedy. Because this dungeon had a special quest, they could attack their teammates. Party, GM 66. Dear gods, please let us go. Have you ever seen a god so unrestrained? They're too violent. No wonder those people didn't respect them at all and chased them all over the world. Party. Music for miles. Sure. Tell me, who reported us? Party. GM66. I don't know. Party. Ink Seeker. Revive. Shi Shang immediately threw a resurrection pill at GM66. In the next second, GM66 was knocked out. GM66 gritted his teeth and said he didn't know. The two then took turns toying with him. Loudspeaker, Snowfall Under Moon. Little music, you've been in the dungeon for almost half a day. Come out and get some fresh air. Shi Shang stopped toying with GM66 and exited the dungeon. The GM thought she wouldn't come back, but who knew she'd bring another group of people over. Party. Snowfall Under Moon. You won't be locked up in a small black room when toying with an NPC. This is so fun. Count me in. Party. Drunken Under Moon. Let's go. A group of people crowded around GM66 as they entered the dungeon. A single GM was enough to keep them entertained for an entire day. This was definitely the darkest day of GM66's life. He wanted to resign. Party, GM66. Dear gods, I really don't know. I'm just a worker. Why are you making things difficult for me? Shi Shang sent a skill at GM66, and GM66 collapsed. Party, GM66. Dear gods, I really don't know. Party, Windsong Under Moon. You're pretty stubborn. Party, Music for Miles. It's fine. There's nothing fun to do recently anyway. Let's play slowly. Party, GM66. The faction war is about to begin. Dear gods, how could there be nothing fun to do? There's also Twinkle Gem Tower. We haven't gotten the first clear yet. Dear gods, you took the first clear for level 70. You can definitely do it this time too. Please let me go. The group toyed with GM66 once more, but they soon found it boring. After all, this guy didn't lose any experience or equipment. Shi Shang opened up the shop. As expected of a game made with a conscience. There were so many tools for toying with people. Gatch and I don't know what to say. But I feel like I'm missing something. Fine, I'll roll around and beg for votes. Chapter 171. On a certain day, the players of Mythical Continent were lucky enough to witness the full set of tools in the game. Meanwhile, GM66, who was lucky enough to receive such a treatment, was already tearing up as he wrote his resignation letter. Not only were these lunatics tormenting him physically, they were tormenting him mentally as well. He wanted to resign. Party. GM66. Dear gods, aren't you tired? You've been toying with me for an entire day. Party. Music for Miles. Not tired. Party. GM66. Please let me off. Area. 4 seas 8 lands. Little music, what are you doing? 4 seas 8 lands and a few others popped out of nowhere and asked curiously when they saw a group of people surrounding a single person. Area. New Dong Fong. Boss, did you not see the world chat? Little music is walking the GM. 4 seas 8 lands really did turn off the world chat. The faction war was at the end of the month. As the guild master, he was busy leveling with his people day and night. How could he have the time to watch some world war? Area. 4 seas 8 lands. Little music really knows how to have fun. Area. Music for Miles. Why are you guys here? They were on a peaceful map. Players who were leveling up wouldn't come here. Area. 4 seas 8 lands. A level 110 hidden dungeon appeared nearby. I'm bringing people over to explore it. Hidden dungeons were similar to Shi Shang's dream of 1,000 years. However, the dungeon that Shi Shang accepted could only be completed by 2 people. It was probably a special hidden dungeon. Area. Music for Miles. Oh, hello Mo Lord. Goodbye Mo Lord. Area. New Dong Fong. Little music, your typing method is really naughty. Area, GM66. God, you're obviously doing this on purpose. How could she type something wrong? 4 sees 8 lands pretended like he didn't see GM66 message. Area, 4 sees 8 lands. Little music, do you want to join our guild? The faction war would definitely be fun. A battle of 1,000 people. It would be much grander than a city war. Area, music for miles. Not interested. Not interested. Area, 4 sees 8 lands. Girl, think about it. The faction war only happens once a month. 4 sees 8 lands had taken a liking to Shang's mechanics. Of course, friendship played a part as well. This girl wasn't like the other girls in the game who were clean and straightforward. He liked girls who were straightforward like this. Area, music for miles. Drunkflower Den is also part of the Divines faction. When the time comes for the faction war, they'll definitely be grouped together with you guys. I'm not going to play with those little bitches from Drunkflower Den, forget it. There were 2 factions on the Protoss side, and the game company couldn't possibly allow only one faction to participate, so they would definitely try to balance out the 2 factions. Drunken Flower Den was the Guild Masters Guild, so they would definitely send the most people. Area, 4 sees 8 lands. He had forgotten that this girl was extremely disgusted with Drunkflower Denver area. 4 sees 8 lands. Alright then. If Little Music wants to play, come find me anytime. Area, music for miles. MN. Because 4 sees was in a hurry to complete the instance dungeon, he hurriedly left with his men. Party, music for miles. 66. I remember that gods can become demons, right? Team GM66. This. How did you know? How does she know that the Protoss had fallen into the demon race would only be released in the next update? Party, Crabapple Under Moon. The mythical continent is based on a novel, and the Protoss falling into the demon race is one of the highlights. How could your game company let this slip by? Party, Drunkalone Under Moon. Nothing has been updated in the last few updates, so it's easy to guess. Party, music for miles. I hacked your company, so I saw it. Compared to the 2 serious replies above, the following one: Party, Ink Seeker. Party, Snowfall Under Moon. Party, Windsong Under Moon. Party, GM66. God, are you admitting that you cheated? Party, music for miles. Even if I admit it, you don't have any evidence. What can you do to me? This is a society governed by law, so evidence and witnesses are the most important thing. If I say I cheated, are you going to put me on a pedestal? Party, GM66. Too arrogant. Boss, I can't handle this alone. Party, GM66. I'll talk. God, please let me go. The person who reported you is anonymous, but the company can see the IP address. Party, music for miles. So your company is cheating consumers? What do you mean by anonymous? Isn't your company transparent? Party, GM66. We won't check a player's IP address for no reason. Plus, with so many players, it'll take time to check. Your situation is a little special, so the company is checking the IP address. Party, Ink Seeker. Who? Party, GM66. You'll let me go if I tell you. Party, music for miles. Do you think I'm so free that I'm always circling around you? Party, GM66. What's the meaning of this? Can't you talk nicely? Party, GM66. Player's ID is Sang Yu's Not Late. Party, music for miles. I knew it was that little bitch. Since I can't win in the open, I'll play dirty. I'm going to start torturing scum now. Sheng really wasn't targeting GM66. She was always online, appearing and disappearing like a ghost. GM66, the person who was monitoring her, couldn't find her most of the time. Party, GM66. Ink Seeker Dashin, what's music Dashin up to these days? I've missed you every time. GM66 felt that Ink Seeker was much more obedient than Sheng. Apart from fighting bosses, he was constantly being hunted down by Forever. He was much better than that Dashan, who had been appearing and disappearing like a ghost ever since he found out who reported her. Party, Ink Seeker. He's probably thinking about how to destroy your company. Party, GM66. Dashan, don't scare me. Destroy a game company? This joke wasn't funny at all. The game company in Mythical Continent was Shang Feng, the leader of the domestic game industry. Party, Ink Seeker. Believe it or not, it's up to you. Ink Seeker ignored the GM and continued fighting the boss. GM66 hesitated for a while. Ink Seeker Dashan had to be joking, right? Destroying a game company wasn't something that could be done with cheats. Ink Seeker Dashan must be scaring me. GM66 comforted himself in his heart. One fine morning, when everyone logged into the game, they noticed that something was wrong. Li Suo was no longer on the leaderboards. They searched for his name. There was no such person. Holy shit! What happened? Did Li Suo delete his account? That didn't make sense. World, holy shit. Why is Li Suo so stupid? World, listening to Wind. I saw Li Suo and Sang Yu's not late running a dungeon yesterday. Why did he delete his account today? World, just watching shows. Ask Drunk Flower Denver. World, just watching shows. Drunk Flower Den, come out and tell me. Why did Li Suo delete his account? Asterisk requesting votes. Chapter 172. The members of Drunk Flower Den were also dumbfounded. They only knew that their guild master had disappeared after reading the news on the World Channel. Those who had Li Suo's phone number immediately called. Soon, someone responded on the World Channel. World, Wind walking the world. Boss's account was hacked. World, listening to Wind. Hacked account? What kind of grudge did he have to delete his account? World, music for Miles Frowny Face World, Wind walking the world. Music for Miles, you're courting death. World, Ink Seeker Dashan, your wife is courting death again. World, Lang Tao, the whole family will die if the account is stolen. World, Ink Seeker, I don't care. World, Harry's Noble Dear, Ink Seeker Dashan, are you saying that you're a henpecked husband? Why did she feel that Ink Seeker Great God was rather cute? World, Illusory Dream, Harry's dear, aren't you disgusting? How can you say that such people are cute? World, Harry's Noble Dear, little friend, it's my business who I say is cute. What are you blabbering about? Shi Shang closed the World Chat window and opened a private message. It was from Ink Seeker. PM, Ink Seeker. You did it. PM, Music for Miles. Guess. PM, Ink Seeker. You've been following Li Suo for the past few days. You've been trying to figure out his schedule. Shi Shang puffed up his cheeks and typed a line of words in the input box. PM, Music for Miles. Since you already know, why are you still asking? PM, Ink Seeker. Confirm. PM, Ink Seeker. What do you want to do? PM, Music for Miles. I'm going to seduce Sang Yu's not late. PM, Ink Seeker. Even if the game company really determined that Li Suo's account had been hacked, it would still take half a month for the account to be restored. During this period, no matter if he opened another account or used another account, it would definitely not be as convenient as using his own account. Therefore, when Shi Shang said, seduce, she really meant it. She bought a Protoss account on Taobao, changed her outfit according to the Protoss style, and then snuck into Drunk Flower Denver. She portrayed herself as a cold and aloof almighty. Every day, he would bring his SMAF to the instance dungeon. Guild, Idle Chess Piece. 110 books. Join the team if you want. Guild, Lady Rain. I want to go. Guild, Heisey, count me in. Guild, Illusory Dream. I want to go too. Guild, Idle Chess. It's full. Shi Shang looked at Sang Yu's not late ID and revealed a sinister smile. That's right, her new ID was Idle Chess Piece, ranked 20th. Team Illusory Dream. Sang Yu's not late, why are you here? Team Sang Yu's not late. Why can't I be here? Team Huan Meng. Are you trying to hook up with someone else when the great god isn't here? Team Sang Yu's not late. Fantasy, watch your words. Team Idle Chess Piece. Get out if you keep arguing. Illusory Dream immediately fell silent, and the others did not dare to say anything either. Shi Shang was very satisfied. It seemed that her image of the Almighty was very successful. During the dungeon run, Shi Shang would always take care of Sang Yu's not late. Team Lady Rain. What did the guru drop? When the boss fell to the ground, Shi Shang went to loot the corpse. The other girl in the party couldn't help but be curious. Shi Shang posted the items he looted in the chat window. Divine Scepter of Light. Sky Climbing Boots. Jade Pendant of Good Fortune. Team Illusory Dream. The Divine Scepter of Light. Worship. Most of the players in this dungeon were here for the Divine Scepter of Light. It was currently the best weapon dropped in this dungeon. However, the number of players in the entire server who had the Divine Scepter of Light could be counted on one hand. Shi Shang had used Music for Miles' account and Undermoon's group to clear the dungeon no less than 30 times, but only one weapon dropped. Team Lady Rain. The Divine Scepter of Light is so pretty. I want it too, but I'm a human. I can't use it. Team Idle Chess Piece. You guys can split the other items. I'll keep the Divine Scepter of Light. Team Blackie. Alright, it's the guru who's leading the party. But can you come again? Shi Shang was the one who was leading the dungeon, so these people had no right to ask Shi Shang to give up the Divine Scepter of Light. Sang Yu's not late quietly took the items and didn't cause any trouble. Shi Shang disbanded the party and added Sang Yu's not late into the party. PM, Sang Yu's not late. Shi Shang directly mailed the Divine Scepter of Light over. PM, Sang Yu's not late. Your friend has gone offline. Your message could not be delivered. Sang Yu's not late looked at the system message and stared at the screen in confusion. Shi Shang used all sorts of excuses to bring them into the dungeon and did his best to get Sang Yu's not late into the party. She took all the good items and mailed them to Sang Yu's not late. PM, Sang Yu's not late. Guru, why are you giving me so many items? PM, Idle Chess Piece. I want to give them to you. PM, Sang Yu's not late. PM, Sang Yu's not late. Guru, what are you trying to do? Shi Shang didn't reply to Sang Yu's not late. Sometimes, not answering was more effective than answering. Dungeoning with Sang Yu's not late almost became Shi Shang's daily routine. At first, Sang Yu's not late seemed a bit distant, but later on, they became more and more familiar with each other. She would complain to Shi Shang about school and talk to him about the game. Shi Shang listened quietly the entire time and occasionally responded. He was very much like a guru. Today, as soon as Shi Shang went online, Sang Yu's not late sent him a message. PM, Sang Yu's not late. Guru, I'm so sad. PM, Idle Chess Piece. PM, Sang Yu's not late. I saw him dungeoning with Mu Li in love today, but he told me yesterday that he wasn't free today. PM, Idle Chess Piece. Li Suo? PM, Sang Yu's not late. Yeah. Li Suo really is a godly assistant. Shi Shang opened the shop and quickly bought a few sets of fireworks. PM, Idle Chess Piece. I'll take you somewhere. PM, Sang Yu's not late. Shi Shang took Sang Yu's not late to Mount Return from Dreams and set off fireworks for her. She used her laptop to log into Music for Miles' account, and as soon as she went online, private messages started flashing non-stop. PM, Snowfall Under Moon. Little Music, what have you been up to recently? I haven't seen you at all. PM, Call me Profiteer. Guru, are you really not selling Eternal Lives, forever? Please sell it to me, okay? PM, GM66. Guru, have you gone missing? How am I supposed to report this to the company? PM, Ink Seeker. Do you want to go to Twinkle Gem Tower? Shi Shang turned off everyone else's chat except for Ink Seekers. PM, Music for Miles. Where are you? PM, Ink Seeker frowny face. PM, Music for Miles. You're only at 105 after so long. Guru, you can't take it anymore. PM, Ink Seeker. Are you going or not? PM, Music for Miles. Of course I'm going. Why wouldn't I go? Wait, let me finish flirting with the girl first. PM, Ink Seeker. He didn't even have the energy to complain about this girl's weird hobby. In the past, she used to chase after him as if she had a blood feud and couldn't live under the same sky. But now, she was flirting with him with a different account. She really was. He knew when to yield and when to stand tall. Asterisk, that's right, the flexible lair was begging for votes. Chapter 173. Shi Shang waited for Leisure Chess to finish setting off the fireworks. PM, Leisure Chess. Are you feeling better? PM, Sang Yu's not late. Yep. Thank you, God. Sorry for the expense. PM, Leisure Chess. Not at all. I have something to do, so I'm going offline. Don't think too much about it. Before Sang Yu's not late could reply, Shi Shang went offline and logged into Music for Miles' account. Party. Music for Miles. Let's go. But God, it's just the two of us? Who's fighting the mobs? Party. Ink Seeker. What are you going to do? Party. Music for Miles. I'm going to take a look at Twinkle Gem Tower. You've been kicked out of the party by the party leader. Shi Shang's lips twitched as he sent a request to join the party. You've joined the party. Party. Music for Miles. God, who did you learn to kick people out of a disagreement? That's not good. Party. Ink Seeker. You talk too much. Party. Music for Miles. Talking more is good for your health. Oh right. Where's 66? Isn't he monitoring us? Party. Ink Seeker. Today's the group battle. Group battle. She was wondering why those people were running away so quickly. So they were going to participate in the group battle. The first group battle was bound to have a bug, so it was normal that GM66 didn't have time to monitor them. Party. Music for Miles. Then let's go hack Twinkle Gem Tower. Party. Ink Seeker. Everyone's attention was on the group battle, but she was secretly planning to hack Twinkle Gem Tower. Is this how you play the game? But it didn't sound like a bad idea. And so the two of them happily went to Twinkle Gem Tower. When they entered Twinkle Gem Tower, Shi Shang was shocked by the number of mobs on the ground. Party. Music for Miles. Why are there so many mobs? Players with trypophobia will complain about them. Party. Ink Seeker. The 105th floor's difficulty increases exponentially. Because he had the first clear title, he could start from the 70th floor. But after a week, he could only get to 105. Party. Music for Miles. Are they trying to kill the players? Party. Ink Seeker. It looks like they won't be updating Twinkle Gem Tower anytime soon. Party. Music for Miles. The game company is so lazy. Bad review. Party. Music for Miles. God, do you want to have a spar? Party. Ink Seeker. How? Party. Music for Miles. There are still 15 floors left. Let's see who gets to the final boss first. Party. Ink Seeker. Do we get money if we win? Party. Music for Miles. An old couple talking about money hurts feelings. Mother ***. Is this guy a money grubber? All she talked about was money. One had to know that the gold coins used for the transaction were all paid by her. It was the real deal. If that thing was changed casually, it would be easily exposed. Party. Ink Seeker. No. Party. Music for Miles. Alright. If you win, I'll give you 2,000. If I win, you give me 5,000. Party, Ink Seeker. Why? Party, music for miles. I'm a girl. Party, Ink Seeker. So what? So what? So what? I am a girl, you should give in to I. She deserved to be single for being so unromantic. Party, music for miles. I'm your wife. Party, Ink Seeker. Party, Ink Seeker. Let's begin. Shi Shang realized that his words were especially effective when he said she was his wife. Shi Shang cracked his neck left and right, flexed his wrists, took a deep breath, and stared intently at the screen. His slender fingers danced across the keyboard so quickly that it was a blur. 106, 107, 110, 115, 119. Now that he had cheated, it wasn't as strenuous. Ink Seeker hadn't cheated before because it wasn't interesting. But if Shi Shang wanted to compete with him, he didn't mind. On the final floor, Shi Shang was one step behind Ink Seeker. The final boss was definitely going to be difficult. So, Shi Shang purposely let Ink Seeker fight it. When it was about time, he would jump out to pull aggro and kill Steel. Ink Seeker had guessed that she would do this, so he didn't try to salvage the situation. He simply watched as she killed the boss. PM, music for miles. Hubby, please send 5,000 to me. PM, Ink Seeker. I don't have money. Can I pay with my body? PM, music for miles. God, was your account hacked? You're actually flirting. This doesn't make sense. PM, Ink Seeker. Nope. Shi Shang and Ink Seeker were teleported out of Twinkle Gem Tower just as a system announcement appeared above their heads. System announcement. The Demon Race's Thousand Autumns Alliance has defeated the God Races, Under the Heavens, and Carefree Alliance. They have obtained the first victory in the faction war. As soon as this announcement flashed, before the people in the world could complain and curse, another announcement with special effects immediately occupied everyone's vision. Loudspeaker, system announcement. Congratulations to the party led by player Ink Seeker for clearing Twinkle Gem Tower's 120th floor. They have been rewarded with the title, Peerless Under the Heavens. Shi Shang only had one reaction when he saw the announcement. Stingy. There was only one title. World. Holy shit. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? Why does it seem like Ink Seeker Great God was killed by the system? World. Wine between my legs and butt itches. Twinkle Gem Tower. 120th floor. Ink Seeker Great God is going to die. World, lightly dancing. Don't you guys find this ironic? Whenever something happened in Drunk Flower Den, Music for Miles would spam the system announcement. Thousand Autumns had just won the faction war, only to be slapped in the face by Ink Seeker. Was this couple really not a part of the game? World, just watching shows. What Pian Pian said makes sense. World, rolling calf. Sure, the game company has cat biscuits. Even if they do, this isn't how they play. World, not empty fog. Sang Yu's not late. Why are you playing dead? You're blaming Music for Miles for losing the city war, and now you're blaming us for losing the faction war. Do you really think you're all that just because you're the guild master? If you weren't the guild master, you wouldn't have been able to become the guild master. A message suddenly popped up in the world chat, and the people discussing Shi Shang and Ink Seeker immediately fell silent. World, windwalking the world. World, not empty fog. Windwalking, if you like her, just say so. Why do you have to help her in such a roundabout way? Do you think she'll be grateful to you? World, not empty fog. Before the faction war, she was setting off fireworks with idle chess at Returning Dream. When the guildmaster wasn't there, as the guildmaster, she didn't plan a strategy and instead went to have fun with him. Now that we've lost, she's blaming us. Where did she get her confidence from? World. Not empty fog. I won't say anything else. When the guildmaster was there, he doted on her. No matter what she did, she would think she was all that because the guildmaster was there to clean up after her. She didn't have the ability, but she didn't listen to our opinions and acted on her own. Who does she think she is? Not Empty Fog was one of the founding members of Drunk Flower Denver. In the past, Shi Shang had fought with him before. He was a rather decent person who listened to Li Suo. This time, even he had exploded. It was enough to see how infuriating Sang Yu's not late's actions were. To clarify, she had brought Sang Yu's not late to set off fireworks, and she didn't remember that there was a faction war afterwards. If she knew, she would definitely bring Sang Yu's not late to set off fireworks for a while longer. Good morning, little darlings, come on, let's hurt each other. Use your votes to kill me. Chapter 174. World, Snowfall Under Moon. So Big Brother Wine Force really likes Sang Yu's not late. I'm so sad. World. F*CK. Misty Empty Fog, calm down. What's going on? Explain yourself. The side that lost the faction war would be punished regardless of whether they participated or not. So there were quite a few gods who wanted to know what happened. World, Windsong Under Moon, Godly Tycoon, hurry up and take your wife back to take her medicine. World, Godly Tycoon. She's finished her medicine. I'll take her out to buy some. World, Snowfall Under Moon. I'm not sick. I'm not taking medicine. World, Music for Miles. Normally, people who are sick will say that they're not sick. Princess Snowfall, I think you're seriously sick. World, Just Watching Shows. Under Moon, don't go off topic. Ink Seeker Great God, can you tie up your wife? At such an important time, these people actually dared to come out and cause trouble. Do they have any self-awareness as a member of the Gods faction? System announcement. Player Music for Miles has placed a bounty of 100 gold on Just Watching Shows. Limited to 24 hours. World, Music for Miles. Think carefully before you speak. What do you mean tie me up properly? Do you think I'm a dog? F*CK. World, Just Watching Shows. I've never seen her flip out before. World, Misty Empty. Sang Yu's not late only returned at the end of the faction war today. We've already made our arrangements, but when she told us to listen to her, our arrangements were all overturned. She's the guild master. Without her, we can't fight the faction war. She's been in command before, so everyone trusts her and listens to her arrangements. A few of us elders objected, but we were all suppressed by her. World, Misty Empty. In the end? In the end, we lost the faction war. She even pushed the blame to us, saying that we didn't stop her even though we knew it wouldn't work. I laughed and I didn't stop her? Do you want me to hold a knife to Ai's neck? World, Clear Road. I'm not slandering Sang Yu's not late. I used to think that she was a pretty good girl, but ever since she got together with Guild Master, she's completely changed. World, Music for Miles. Women are fickle. World, Green Flower on Sauerkraut. Music for Miles. World, Music for Miles. Emerald Flower, do you want to experience the luxury package of being hunted down? World, Just Watching Shows. Chui Hua, you still haven't learned your lesson. Look at me. This girl would post a bounty if she didn't agree with him. If he didn't agree with her, he would immediately issue a kill order. The world of the rich was so simple and crude. World, Foggy Not Kong. Sang Yu Fiwen, don't play dead. If you have the ability, go to the World Channel and explain it clearly. When the guild leader comes back, everyone can be a witness. World, Wind Walking the World. Wu Feikong, do you have to make things so ugly? World, Foggy Unclear. Wind Force, it's not that I want to make things ugly, but you were there just now. What did she say? Forget it, there's no point in talking to you. World Livestream. Why are they all from Drunk Flower Den? Where are the people from World Alliance? Tell me what happened. World Ages. And here I thought that 4Cs and Li Suo were only capable of this. I didn't think that there would be a woman messing things up. Our Ages Alliance won't take advantage of you in today's group battle. We'll decide the winner next time. World Ink Seeker. Retard. World Ages. Retard my ass. Just you wait, Ink Seeker I. World, 4 seas 8 lands. We tried our best. Although the people from World Alliance were sullen, they didn't go to the World Channel to make a scene. 4 seas and 8 lands methods were not ordinary. World, wind leaning. Ink Seeker Dashin has learned bad things from Music for Miles. He's starting to squander. World, Music for Miles. I'm innocent. Please don't blame me. I won't take the blame. After that, the thread went off the rails. Other than a few people complaining, no one talked about the group battle in the World Channel. These people were probably talking about it in private. After all, it wasn't something to be proud of. Shang secretly logged into Idle Chess's account. He glanced at Sang Yu's not late's location. She was actually in Langya Ridge. PM, Idle Chess. I just logged in. Are you okay? PM, Sang Yu's not late. I'm fine. Shang didn't reply. After about a minute, Sang Yu's not late messaged him. PM, Sang Yu's not late. Do you also think that I'm the reason you lost the group battle? PM, Idle Chess. I believe you. PM, Sang Yu's not late. Thank you. PM, Idle Chess. I'll bring you to a dungeon. Out of sight, out of mind. Sang Yu's not late hesitated for a moment, but still agreed in the end. Shang brought Sang Yu's not late into the dungeon. As they fought monsters, they split the loot from Twinkle Gem Tower with Ink Seeker. Although Twinkle Gem Tower only announced one title, it dropped quite a few items. The two of them directly called Call Me Profiteer over. Party, Call Me Profiteer, Ink Seeker Dashin, Music Dashin. You guys are so lucky. These items are all top tier. Party, Music for Miles. Don't talk nonsense. Just pay up. Party, Call Me Profiteer. He was even more violent than Ink Seeker Dashin. Party, Call Me Profiteer. I don't have that much right now. Wait a moment. I'll open a SMUF account. When Profiteer opened a SMUF account, Shang was a little bored, so he casually asked. Party, Music for Miles. Profiteer, what are you collecting Heaven Mystery Crystals for? Ever since she came to this world, this guy had been collecting them. Even now, she saw him collecting them. It was just that he wasn't doing as much as before. Party, Call Me Profiteer. Consider this information a gift from me. Once you reach level 150, Heaven Mystery Crystals will be of great use. Party, Music for Miles. How did you know? Are you having an affair with the CEO of the game company? Party, Call Me Profiteer. I have my own channels. Dashin, don't ask. Anyways, this item will be of great use in the future. I can tell you this. In the future, this item will be priceless. You can't buy it even if you have the money. So awesome. The drop rate of Heaven Mystery Crystals wasn't high right now, and because they didn't have any stats or effects, many of them had been destroyed or thrown away by players. There were probably less than 1,000 Heaven Mystery Crystals circulating in the entire game. Party, Music for Miles. You're telling me this? Aren't you afraid I'll steal your business? Party, Call Me Profiteer, Dashin Music, you really know how to joke. You sell things in the 4 digits. Why would you care about this little bit of money? He dared to say this only because he liked Shang. He didn't care about money at all. The items she sold just now were all set by him. If it weren't for Ink Seeker Dashin, he would have made a killing. Party, Music for Miles. Didn't you want eternity? Do you still want it? Party, Call Me Profiteer. ? Profiteer was a little confused. Didn't you refuse to sell it no matter what? Why are you selling it now? Profiteer looked through the chat history. He thought back to the chat history where he'd offended Shang. He sweated profusely. She actually wants to praise me. * 100 plus monthly votes, 150 plus monthly votes. Chapter 175 Shi Shang agreed to sell 3 lives, 3 worlds to him, but not now. He had to wait. There would never be a lack of demand for limited edition clothing, so the profiteer wasn't in a hurry. After the trade, Shi Shang gave the money to Ink Seeker. PM. Ink Seeker. 50-50. PM. Music for Miles. No need. Think of a way to get the money back. PM. Ink Seeker. What are you planning? There was something wrong with that tone of hers. PM. Music for Miles. Take a guess. After that, Shi Shang became even busier. Every day, he went to class and played games. Practically all of his free time was taken up. Li Suo's account had already been found. The incident with the group wars had caused a rift between him and his brothers. Even his relationship with Sang Yu's Not Late had become problematic. Shi Shang would always appear when Sang Yu needed him. He didn't say much either. He was the type of person who would always be by her side if she needed him. Now, Ink Seeker had to make an appointment to meet with Shi Shang. However, one day, Shi Shang suddenly came online and asked for his contact details. He felt more and more certain that she was plotting something. GM66, who was sent to spy on them, was about to rot from boredom. One of the spies never came online, while the other was stuck between the boss and forever and ages. A few days later, news of Sang Yu's Not Late cheating on Li Suo started spreading. She wasn't cheating on Li Suo, but wind-walking the heavens. Shi Shang was also a bit dumbfounded. The fish she had painstakingly fed for so long was about to take the bait, but in the end, Shi Shang, who had been intercepted, was furious. He chased wind walking the heavens all over the world. World, wind walking the heavens, music for miles, fuck you. You're biting people like a mad dog. Beep, world, wind walking the heavens. System announcement. Player Music for Miles has placed a bounty of 250 gold on wind walking the heavens. Limited to 24 hours. World, Harry's Noble Deer. Wind walking the heavens has a 3-way relationship. He even instigated betrayal from other guilds. Serves him right for being hunted down by Little Music. World, Harry's Noble Deer. But Little Music, don't you hate Li Suo and Sang Yu's Not Late the most? Shouldn't you be throwing flowers to celebrate? Why are you chasing after wind walking the world? Not only did wind walking land under heaven get together with Sang Yu's Not Late, he also instigated quite a few people from Drunkflower Den. Li Suo's account had only been hacked for half a month, but when he returned, he was unrecognizable. At the time, Li Suo's friends and relatives were cursing on the World Channel about why Sang Yu's Not Late was with wind walking under heaven. Back then, Li Suo had brought people to fight for the Camp Medallion. Because their team was used to letting Sang Yu's Not Late loot it, she was the one who looted it. When she touched the Camp Medallion, Sang Yu's Not Late had clicked it on purpose, but she told Li Suo that she had clicked on it by accident. At that time, the page had already popped up, and if she hadn't created it, the Camp Medallion would have been invalidated. That was why Li Suo had Sang Yu's Not Late establish the alliance. 1 month after the alliance was established, the leader could be transferred. Li Suo was already dissatisfied with Sang Yu's Not Late after losing the last group battle. However, he didn't blame her and only asked her to transfer the position of alliance leader to him. Li Suo was the one who brought people to fight for the Camp Medallion in the first place, so there was nothing wrong with transferring it to him. However, Sang Yu's Not Late was unhappy. Thinking that Li Suo had a change of heart, she repeatedly told him about how she had seen him with Mu in love several times. In the end, they parted on bad terms. Not long after, Sang Yu's Not Late and Wind Walking Under Heaven got together, and Wind Walking Under Heaven led the members of Drunkflower Den to betray the guild. Li Suo and Sang Yu's Not Late had completely broken off their relationship. This was completely out of Shi Shang's script. World, music for miles. If you want to kill someone, just kill them. What reason do you have? You need to find a reason to kill people in a game? Do you have nothing better to do? World, Harry's Noble Deer. Ha ha ha, Little Music, you can't even find a reason. Is this okay? World, Snowfall Under Moon. Little Music, you haven't been playing with us recently. You're unhappy. Want a hug? World, music for miles. I'm very busy. World, wind song under moon. Busy killing people. World, drunk alone under moon. Goose Hill, 566, 87. Little music, come here. I've locked wind walking under heaven in place. World, snowfall under moon. Big brother wind walking, wait for me. I've already prepared my whip. I'm coming. By the time Sher Shang arrived, wind walking under heaven had already been gang raped by snowfall. Snowfall under moon was probably inspired by Sher Shang's walk with the GM. Right now, he was having a lot of fun with the item sponsored by Godly Tycoon. There was an item that could take off a player's clothes, leaving them with only their underwear. It could also make the player assume all sorts of poses. Wind walking under heaven cursed in the world channel, but to no avail. Area, snowfall under moon. Little music, why are you chasing after him? Snowfall under moon took the time to ask. Area, music for miles. He stole my woman. Area, wind song under moon. Area, ink seeker. Area, GM66. Area, drunk alone under moon. Area, crabapple under moon. Wasn't Sang Yu's not late the only woman who had a relationship with wind walking under heaven recently? Wasn't she the one who hated Sang Yu the most? How did she suddenly become her woman? In the end, wind walking under heaven was gang raped a few times. GM66 almost couldn't bear to watch any longer. Back then, he was also treated like this. Fortunately, he didn't lose a level. After wind walking under heaven gang raped, Sher Shang became much more well-behaved. Every day, aside from running dungeons, he would be hanging out with Ink Seeker. The GM even suspected that Music for Miles' account had been swapped out. She was too quiet. But would Sher Shang really be that quiet? He was overthinking things. During the second faction war, GM66's heart turned cold when he saw the system announcements popping up one after another. He just knew she was up to no good. She actually revealed the hidden story of the entire game. What the fuck was the point of playing this game? The game company was crying in the toilet. By the time they reacted and tried to stop her, Sher Shang's account had already been deleted. There was no way to restore it. According to the player's registration information, they found that person. They discovered that she was a salesperson. She was dog-tired from running errands all day. How could she have the time to play the game? As for Undermoon and the others who were close to Sher Shang, they were also interrogated. However, they didn't find anything. They had no idea that Sher Shang would do such a thing. Moreover, she ran away immediately after doing it. This didn't fit her character at all. Not running away. If she didn't run away, I would be caught. Although nothing would happen to her if she was caught, it definitely wouldn't affect her image. Most importantly, there was nothing fun to play in this game anymore. What was the point of staying? As for Sher Shang's husband, Ink Seeker. Sorry, he also deleted his account. Of course, the account he registered with wasn't his real name. The game company was so angry that they even called the police. However, even a group of professionals couldn't do anything, let alone a group of amateurs. Asterisk, that's right. I'm going to update. Please vote, don't rush me. It's useless. I won't update if you guys rush me. If you want to update, you can do the following. Votes. Monthly votes and recommendation votes tips. 10,000 book coins will update. The next one is the simplest. Just praise me. I'm so shameless. If you don't like it, hit me. Chapter 176. Sher Shang uninstalled Mythical Continent from his computer and browsed the web out of boredom. Beep beep. His phone suddenly lit up. It was an unknown number from the same city. Sher Shang picked up the phone. No money, but I have insurance. My family is here. Then he quickly hung up. 5 seconds later, the call came again. You have cat biscuits? Where are you from? Do you believe that I'm calling you beep beats you? A clear male voice came from the other end. "It's me, Ink Seeker." Shi Shang looked at the phone. The number seemed familiar. 3 seconds later, he put the phone back to his ear. "What? I'm not calling you. You ruined the game, and now I'm forced to delete my account. Shouldn't you compensate me? The things you sold in the end were worth tens of thousands, if not 100,000. Isn't that enough?" Apart from sending a few items that Undermoon needed, she had given him everything else, but he still wasn't satisfied with what he had. "If you don't delete your account, I'll earn even more." Shi Shang hung up. What was the point of talking to him? Ji Yen continued to call. Shi Shang got impatient and turned off his phone. The world fell silent. Shi Shang saw Sang Yu at school. She looked haggard, completely different from the pure and innocent girl he'd met before. Although she had deleted the game, she could still see what happened in the game on the forums. The game company was forced to update the game ahead of schedule. Originally, it should have taken a year or so to update, but now it was released. There was a wave of criticism in the game. Windwalking the World dominated Sang Yu's not late Sang's alliance. At first, the two of them got along quite well. It was said that they even met in real life. However, as more and more girls appeared around Windwalking the World, Sang Yu's not late Sang became insignificant. Later, someone posted that she was now following Li Suo around all day with a penitent look on her face. This made Mu Li in love chase her all over the world. In the end, she was chased out of the game. In real life, Dongfang Li naturally didn't see Sang Yu in a different light. They were already familiar with each other in real life, but Dongfang Li suddenly ignored her and even looked at her coldly. How could Sang Yu possibly understand? She actually took the initiative to pester Dongfang Li. She was absent-minded all day, and her grades were dropping. "Beauty Chu, a senior from the Research Institute, is looking for you." A girl patted Shi Shang's shoulder and pointed outside the door. Shi Shang looked over and saw a boy in black casual clothes standing there. His head was slightly lowered, so he couldn't see his face clearly. However, he looked a little weak. Did she know this person? Shi Shang's heart skipped a beat. He cursed inwardly and got up to walk towards the front door. When she stepped out of the front door, the boy blocked the door. "Wife, where do you want to go?" The man's voice was very pleasant to the ears, but it was filled with an indescribable gloominess. She knew it. How could a normal person become the villain? "Senior, I need to pee." Shi Shang looked up with a smile on his face. "I'll accompany you to the toilet." Ji Yen pulled Shi Shang into his arms and pressed his slender fingers against her waist. He tilted his head slightly and said word by word in her ear, "Since you've provoked me, don't even think about running away. Otherwise, I don't mind breaking your legs." "Damn it, there's cat biscuits." Which mental hospital released deep well ice? Shi Shang thought about the chances of him killing Ji Yen with his sword. There were too many people and there were surveillance cameras. Even if he succeeded, there would be a lot of trouble. It wasn't worth it. Ji Yen really sent Shi Shang to the toilet. "I'll wait for you outside. Don't even think about running." Shi Shang gave a fake smile as the corner of her mouth twitched. She wasn't stupid. Why wouldn't she run? There was a ventilation window in the toilet. Shi Shang jumped out of the window. However, she was on the second floor, so she had no choice but to jump down. When she landed, her vision blurred and someone caught her from below. There was no one behind her. Shi Shang kicked Ji Yen. When Ji Yen tilted his head, he flicked his wrist and the iron sword appeared in his hand. He placed the cold blade against Ji Yan's neck. F***CKU. Do you think you're invincible just because I didn't show you my power? Ji Yen narrowed his eyes. He was certain that she didn't have any weapons on her. Where did this sword come from? Stop following me. I'll cut you. Shi Shang raised his hand and cut off a strand of Ji Yan's hair. Shi Shang glared at Ji Yen before he put his sword away and left. He really hated school. It was so troublesome to dispose of a corpse. Ji Yen looked at Shi Shang's back thoughtfully, his eyes flashing with the light of his determination to win. The next time she saw Ji Yen was at her house. Yes, her house. He was brought to her room by the butler. He was her new assistant that Father Chu had hired for her. Assistant, my ass. This guy was up to no good. Was this really something a biological father would do? Miss, nice to meet you. Ji Yen smiled meaningfully. Shi Shang had goosebumps all over his body. He wanted to kill him at any moment. Shi Shang stood up, straightened his wrinkled dress and closed the door in Ji Yan's face. Miss, what do you want to do to me? Ji Yen tilted his head. His fair and handsome face was flushed red. Do what you want to do. Shi Shang grinned, revealing his white teeth. The next second, his face turned ferocious. I'm going to kill you. This was her house. It was much more convenient to kill someone and dispose of their corpse. Shi Shang grabbed the iron sword from the desk beside him and slashed it at Ji Yen. Ji Yen was quite skilled to be her assistant. He easily dodged the iron sword. The iron sword hit the desk behind him and split into two. Ji Yen raised his eyebrows. He supported himself on the sofa and jumped behind Shi Shang. He hugged her from behind and held her hand that was holding the iron sword with one hand. He whispered in her ear flirtatiously, "It's not good for a girl to play with such a dangerous weapon." Shi Shang was furious. However, he was too weak and could not win against Ji Yen. He was pinned down on the sofa by Ji Yen. We still have a long way to go. Long way to go, my ass. Ji Yen quickly let go of Shi Shang. Before Shi Shang could catch his breath, he performed a noble etiquette and left the room. Shi Shang sneered. He threw the iron sword on the floor with a loud clang. Do you think I'm afraid of you? Come on, let's hurt each other. And so, Shi Shang tried to think of ways to kill Ji Yen. But it was as if Ji Yen had cheats. He'd always managed to evade her attacks and tease her. Shi Shang didn't like Ji Yen, but he stuck to her like a dog's skin plaster. Ji Yen, why are you always following I around? Because I like Miss. Ji Yen said matter-of-factly. And it's my duty to protect Mississippi. Like? Shi Shang sneered. What do you like about me? They had only known each other for a short time in real life, but he liked her so much. I like that you're unreasonable. I like that you always want to kill people. Shi Shang was speechless. Morning, pleading for votes. Chapter 177. Shi Shang quickly swung his iron sword at Ji Yen. Don't think that I will believe him just because he said it nicely. Ji Yen dodged it easily and blew a kiss at Shi Shang before jumping down the stairs. After being bullied by Ji Yen, Shi Shang started to ruin the game again. Ji Yen knew that she was playing games, so he followed her into the game. Every day, he would ruin the game with her, causing chaos in the game. If they failed, they would change to another one. Soon, their names spread in the game world and they were given the title of Scourge of the Millennium. Whichever game they played, it would definitely become popular. Perhaps because Ji Yen followed Shi Shang's lead in the game, Shi Shang was not so biased against Ji Yen. But he still disliked him. Miss, there is a banquet today and so wants you to go. The butler handed the invitation to Shi Shang. Ji Yanli, who was next to him, took the invitation. Shi Shang glared at him and snatched the invitation. Engagement banquet? Dongfeng Li? Sangyu? Shi Shang asked 3 questions in a row. These two. How did they get together again? Isn't the plot a little too ridiculous? This could bring the two of them together. Yes, so wants you to go out and get some fresh air. The banquet is more relaxing, the butler answered dutifully. Got it. Shi Shang put away the invitation. The male and female leads were together again. She had to go and watch. On the day of the banquet, Ji Yen shamelessly followed Shi Shang to the banquet. This engagement banquet was quite grand. By the time Shi Shang arrived, Father Chu was already waiting for her. Baby, are you tired? Mr. Chu and Mrs. Chu were very busy, but they still took time out to visit their daughter once a week, so Shi Shang was not unfamiliar with Mr. Chu. He obediently shook his head. "Hello, Mr. Chu. Xiao Yan is here too. Good, good, good. I will leave my baby to you. Show her around and go back first if she is tired." Mr. Chu looked at Ji Yen with a smile. Shi Shang frowned and looked at Ji Yen suspiciously. Was Ji Yen close to Father Chu? Thinking about it, would a father put an unfamiliar person by his daughter's side? This guy had said that he hated the rich, but judging from his behavior, it was obvious that he had received a good education. Moreover, he did not lack money. Among the clans that were on good terms with the Chu clan, there was no one with the surname Ji. Mr. Chu chuckled and said a few words to Ji Yen before leaving in relief. Shi Shang looked at Ji Yen speechlessly. "Who are you?" Ji Yen tilted his head. "Am I not your husband?" Shi Shang. Ji Yen naturally took Shi Shang's hand and placed it in the crook of his arm. "Miss, I've told you before. Since you've provoked me, don't even think about running away." Shi Shang put on a fake smile and said coldly, "Run? Even if I want to run, I'll kill you first." As expected of the person I like. Shi Shang. Cat biscuits. When Shi Shang and Ji Yen entered, there were many people in suits and leather shoes. They were talking and laughing, and the scene was very lively. Shi Shang's gaze swept across the hall, but he had no impression of anyone. As she walked in, many people looked in her direction. Some guys even wanted to go up and strike up a conversation with her. However, when Ji Yen glanced at them, they immediately gave up on the idea. "I'm going to the washroom." Shi Shang stuffed the things in his hands into Ji Yan's hands and walked towards the washroom. Ji Yen followed her from a distance. The door to the washroom was ajar. Shi Shang reached out to push the door open, but suddenly there was a crisp cracking sound, and his hand froze in mid-air. Damn it, the washroom was a high-risk area at a banquet. Shi Shang retracted his hand and turned to look at Ji Yen, who was not far away. Ji Yen took a few steps forward and asked her in a low voice, "What's wrong?" Just as Ji Yen finished speaking, a voice sounded from inside the washroom. "Sang Yu, let me tell you. Even if you're pregnant now, I won't like you. Keep your thoughts to yourself, or don't blame me for being merciless." "What the F***ck? A child?" Shi Shang's eyes darted around. The female lead was actually pregnant with the male lead's child. Awesome. Was this developing into a CEO novel? Ji Yen glanced at the ajar door, and a trace of disgust flashed across his eyes. "I'll take you upstairs." He reached out and put his arm around Shi Shang's waist. Ignoring Shi Shang's dissatisfied gaze, he led her to the elevator. There was a faint voice behind them. "I know, the child." Later on, Shi Shang found out that Dongfang Li had drunk too much at a social event. Sang Yu somehow bumped into him, and the two of them slept together. Just like that, Sang Yu became pregnant with Dongfang Li's child. The Dongfang family valued children, so they had no choice but to let Sang Yu and Dongfang Li get engaged. Dongfang Li was not someone who would go back on his word. Since she was already pregnant, he could only accept it. After the engagement, Sang Yu's behavior every day annoyed him to no end. Because she was pregnant, the Dongfang family let Sang Yu recuperate at home and did not let her go to school, so Sang Yu was very free every day. Dongfang Li did not come home all day, so how could Sang Yu not let her imagination run wild? She called more than 10 times a day to ask about Dongfang Li's whereabouts. It was already a year later when he heard news of Sang Yu again. Sang Yu's child was not Dongfang Li's biological child. Dongfang Li was cheated on for no reason, and he hated Sang Yu to the extreme. Sang Yu was chased out of the Dongfang family, and the Sang family did not like this disgraceful daughter. For a 20-year-old girl to raise a child, her life could be said to be difficult. Not long after, Sang Yu threw the child to the orphanage and disappeared. But on Dongfang Li's wedding day, she suddenly appeared and stabbed the bride, severely injuring her. Sang Yu was sued. The bride's family was involved in politics, and Sang Yu was sentenced to life imprisonment. Shi Shang fought with Ji Yan every day, and he also had to guard against his cheap parents who were siding with outsiders. It was very tiring. Fortunately, she did not live long in this life. After all, the original owner was sick. She died at the age of 25. When he returned to the system space, Shi Shang's face was gloomy. Ji Yan was a lunatic. She did not have time to kill him in the end. He was lucky. The system did not say anything and refreshed the information on the screen. Name, Shi Shang moral points, 122000 health points, 30 general points, 12500 mission rank, F mission rating, 86 hidden mission, completed hidden mission reward, 0 general points item list, Queen's Crown Shi Shang, flips table. 10,000 moral points were deducted. Her general points had not increased yet. She had only broken a few games in this world. Was there a need for this? Asterisk the 6th world was completed. Her moral points would soon break through the sky, and even 10,000 alpacas would not be able to pull it back. Ha ha ha. Xiao Shang rejected him, but she could not control her primordial power. Pleading votes. Chapter 178. Do you want to check the follow-up? Yes. Shi Shang said through gritted teeth. She wanted to see what happened to that little bitch Ji Yan. After she died, Ji Yan locked himself in his room for a month. On a rainy day, he went to the cemetery. His frail body looked even frailier in the rain. It was as if he had abandoned the whole world. The only thing left in his eyes was the portrait on the cold tombstone. There was a hint of stubbornness and madness in his eyes. He leaned against the tombstone and sat down. The rain suddenly became heavier, blurring the vision. Shi Shang only saw him raise his hand slightly, but didn't see what he did. When the rain stopped, she only saw the boy's peaceful side profile. The image stopped there. He died for you in the end. Host, how do you feel? Shi Shang stared blankly at the boy frozen in the image. After a while, she said in confusion, "Is he stupid? Why is the host's reaction so strange in front of such a touching scene?" She felt like she had no future. I don't get it. Shi Shang sat down cross-legged and poked the screen with her fingertips. Why are you so sure that you like me? He died for you. Isn't that enough proof? Why can you accept Feng Ci but not Ji Yan? Shi Shang's fingertips trembled. Her gaze changed slightly. She slowly retracted her hand and interlocked her fingers. Feng Ci is different. Feng Ci was different to her. How is he different? It has nothing to do with you. Shi Shang slapped the screen and said fiercely, I'm warning you. Don't test my limits. You won't be able to bear the consequences. The host is so scary. The system cut to the chase. The difficulty of the next world will increase. Host, please be mentally prepared. Hint, the host still can't do anything to the main character. Oh, Shi Shang replied absent-mindedly. She didn't do anything to the male and female leads anyway. She could just let them do it themselves. The system didn't want to say anything. It couldn't bear this host. Evil people will be tortured by evil people. Let the evil people torture her. Do you want to enter the next world? Initializing transmission. When Shi Shang opened his eyes, he found himself in a luxurious carriage. The owner of the carriage was obviously rich. This was very good. It suited her temperament. Shi Shang lifted the curtain and looked outside. It was an ancient street. A snow-white unicorn was pulling the carriage. Unicorn. F***CK. Fantasy novels. Shi Shang put down the curtain and hurriedly received the memory. This was a story about a transmigration fantasy woman. The female lead, Qin Langyue, the #1 assassin of the 21st century, was betrayed by her lover and met a tragic death. However, he never expected that his soul would transmigrate into the body of the 9 provinces Qin family's first daughter, Qin Langyue. Her clansmen bullied her, her fiancé broke off the engagement, and the world scolded her. It didn't matter. The female lead's cheat was already online, and she could slap him in the face any time. Then, she met the male lead, June Hanlon. The two of them joined forces and swept across the 9 continents. In the end, they successfully reached the peak and became a legend. This was the standard of Xuanhuan literature. The original owner, Shan Yaoguang, was a genius of the 9 States Academy and the beloved daughter of the Shan family. This configuration was completely used to slap the female lead's face. The two of them first crossed paths at the Academy's registration. The original owner brought people to clear the area and had a conflict with the female lead. In the end, the female lead won. After all, she had to give the female lead a chance to establish her might. Later, the female lead learned from her contracted divine beast that Shan Yaoguang had the Medicine King's cauldron that she needed. Thus, the female lead began to deliberately target Shan Yaoguang. The female lead wanted the Medicine King's cauldron, but Shan Yaoguang was no fool. The Medicine King's cauldron was a divine artifact. How could she give it to the female lead? Since the soft approach didn't work, the female lead used force. First, she provoked Shan Yaoguang. Shan Yaoguang had a fiery temper and would explode at the slightest provocation. Every time, people would think that it was Shan Yaoguang's fault and that the female lead was the innocent one. Under the female lead's deliberate suppression, Shan Yaoguang's genius halo grew weaker and weaker. In the eyes of the public, she was just a hedonist who bullied the weak. The female lead forced Shan Yaoguang step by step and finally succeeded in obtaining the Medicine King's cauldron. Shan Yaoguang, on the other hand, lost all face. The Shen family also suffered heavy losses and faced the threat of extinction. Large families were all cold-blooded. When Shen Yaoguang was useful to the Shen family, they supported her. But now that she had lost her genius halo, the Shen family no longer supported her. They wanted nothing more than to trample on her. The Shen family sent her to Bu Jingyun, the hall master of 9 Silences Hall, whose influence was spread throughout the 9 states, in order to seek protection from 9 Silences Hall. Who was Bu Jingyun? Bu Jingyun was the greatest villain in the novel. He was a deep iceberg who tried to unify the 9 states. Yes, Bu Jingyun was a deep iceberg. This deep iceberg had another hobby. He liked beautiful women. That was why the Shen family sent Shen Yaoguang to Bu Jingyun. They knew that there was a fire pit ahead, but they still pushed Shen Yaoguang into it. But did Bu Jingyun really like beautiful women? Not at all. He only liked to see beautiful women dripping with blood, struggling on their deathbed, and looking helpless. If this wasn't a deep iceberg, then what was? When Shen Yaoguang was sent to 9 Silences Hall, Bu Jingyun didn't list her as one of the beauties waiting to be slaughtered. Instead, he made her his maid and took care of his daily needs. Shen Yaoguang gradually fell in love with Bu Jingyun. In the end, when the female lead and Bu Jingyun fought, she resolutely blocked a blade for Bu Jingyun and became a ghost under the female lead's sword. Bu Jingyun naturally couldn't escape and was successfully used as cannon fodder. From then on, the female lead and male lead lived happily together. After reading the plot, Shi Shang was speechless. The female lead's failure was too obvious. The original owner had 3 wishes. First, to kill the female lead. Second, to destroy the Shen family. Third, to be together with Bu Jingyun. Shi Shang fell silent. Did the original owner have Stockholm Syndrome? She actually liked Bu Jingyun, that deep iceberg. Shi Shang connected the original owner's memories with the plot and found that it was still early. The female lead hadn't even entered the academy yet. Today was the first day of school in the Kingdom of the 9 States. The original owner brought the other children of the Shen family to register. She was still the proud daughter of the Shen family and was treated like a pearl. Naturally, she was extravagant, as could be seen from her unicorn. In the Kingdom of the 9 States, people cultivated spiritual energy. Naturally, there were spiritual beasts, and unicorns were spiritual beasts. Although they were rare, they weren't as exaggerated as in other novels, where there was only one female lead. When they arrived at the academy, a group of Shen family juniors stood respectfully beside the carriage, waiting for Shi Shang to alight. A unicorn, the Shen family's carriage. Is Miss Shen Yaoguang inside? It should be. Not only is Miss Shen Yaoguang beautiful, she's also very talented. I heard that Miss Shen is already a third-level Spirit King. She's the youngest person to reach that level in the past 100 years. Even the third prince can't compare. Asterisk, please read carefully. I'll only say this once. About the original female and male leads of the novel. Some people said that I was the female lead of the Black Plains, so I wrote at the beginning that the plane Shi Shang went to was a collapsed plane. Look here, collapse, 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 collapse. Therefore, the original protagonist's character was already collapsed. Most of the time, the original protagonist's changes were due to Shi Shang changing the plot. Human nature was never fixed. He could be a good person 1 second and a bad person the next. In the end, he would act cute and beg for votes. Chapter 179. The cultivation of spiritual energy in the world of the 9 provinces was similar to that in the cultivation world, but the names and ranks were different. The lowest rank was Spirit Attendant, and above that were Spirit King, Spirit Emperor, Spirit Elder, Spirit Sage, and Spirit Emperor. Each rank was further divided into 7 smaller ranks. Shen Yaoguang was already a third-stage Spirit King at such a young age, which showed how talented she was. Ordinary people could only stay at Spirit King for their entire lives, but Shen Yaoguang was only 14 years old. Her future was limitless. Of course, that was if she didn't meet the female lead. If she met the female lead, she could only be beaten up. No matter how talented she was, she couldn't compare to the female lead. Shi Shang lifted the curtains and got off the carriage, causing the onlookers to gasp in surprise. Shi Shang couldn't understand. She was only 14 years old, and her body hadn't even developed yet. How beautiful could she be? These people were just here to give her hate points. Bad reviews. Eldest Mississippi, a young boy with rosy lips and white teeth, walked up with practiced ease. There's too many people here. Do you want me to clear a path? Shi Shang glanced at the young boy. Shen Jin, a talented member of the branch family. He'd been following Shen Yaoguang around all the time, and had done a lot of things to show off. Clearing the path as soon as he arrived, it was easy for him to gain hate points. Shi Shang didn't reply, but Shen Jin took it as a yes and waved at the people beside him. The Shen family disciples surrounding her immediately dispersed and began to clear the path. Sure enough, when they cleared the path to the front, they suddenly started arguing. Shi Shang followed the cleared path and walked over with a haughty posture. Apologize to her. Apologize? Are you kidding me? Do you know who we are? Can a country bumpkin like her accept our apology? That's right. Where did this country bumpkin come from? Not only is she dressed like that, her ears are also bad. How long have we been shouting behind her? This is 9 Provinces Academy. Do you think country bumpkins like you can come here? A young girl with a childlike face coldly glared at the arrogant Shen family disciples. She should be the female lead, Qin Langyue. Behind her was another girl who looked a little timid. She pulled on Qin Langyue and shook her head at her. I won't allow it, even if you're the emperor. I'll say this one last time, apologize to her. Qin Langyue's attitude was unyielding, her eyes sharp, and a murderous aura. As expected of someone who had been an assassin. The surrounding people could feel the murderous aura. They couldn't help but feel a little scared and wanted to retreat. It took a while for Shen Jin to regain his senses. He looked furious. I'm talking to you nicely, but you're taking advantage of me. Get her away from me. Miss is still waiting. Shen Jin's words roused the others from their stupor, and they immediately rushed forward to chase Qin Langyue away. The person at the front suddenly knelt down, followed by the second and the third. This sudden change was something that no one had expected. Apologize. Qin Langyue's voice was loud and clear as she straightened her back. Shen Jin's heart was filled with fear, and he retreated a few steps in fear. Why was this woman's aura so terrifying? Shi Shang stood behind them with no intention of stepping forward. These people, after the original owner's accident, which one of them didn't hide far away, afraid to be involved with her and get into trouble. Do you know who I am? Because Shen Jin was close to Shen Yaoguang, these people were usually respectful when they saw him, so it was understandable that Shen Jin would bring out his identity now. But the female lead wouldn't buy it. I don't care who you are. You're the one who bumped into someone, so you have to apologize. In your dreams. Shen Jin clenched his teeth, and a crimson spiritual energy shot out from his hand, heading straight for Qin Langyue. 7th level spirit servant. Qin Langyue's face darkened. She grabbed the girl behind her and dodged to the side. Shen Jin's spiritual energy hit the crowd, causing a commotion. Qin Langyue put the girl down, then pulled out a dagger from somewhere and dashed towards Shen Jin at lightning speed. Shen Jin was subdued before he could even see her movements. Shi Shang's mouth twitched. This idiot, he doesn't even have the ability, yet he still dares to provoke the female lead. One of the original owner's wishes was to destroy the Shen family, so she wouldn't save Shen Jin when he was being held hostage. In the end, Shen Jin was forced to apologize to the girl behind the female lead. Shi Shang had already returned to the carriage. Shen Jin sullenly returned and stood outside the carriage. He didn't understand why Eldest Miss didn't stand up for them today. If someone dared to do this in the past, Eldest Miss would have already stood up for them. If Eldest Miss had stood up for them, would that woman still be so arrogant? What's wrong with Eldest Miss today? Shen Jin glanced at the carriage and lowered his voice to ask the person beside him. I don't know, I was just looking at her and then went back to the carriage. Did Eldest Miss look like she was in a bad mood? Shen Jin continued to ask, unwilling to give up. The person shook his head. No, I even saw her smile. Shen Jin looked at the carriage in confusion, then glanced in Qin Langyue's direction and snorted loudly. 9 States Academy, as the only academy in the world of the 9 provinces, naturally had countless applicants. Those who were talented, wealthy, or influential were all accepted. Therefore, the registration period lasted for 5 to 6 days. Qin Langyue was in front of him, so Shen Jin didn't dare to provoke her without Shi Shang as the finale. He could only line up behind Qin Langyue. Shi Shang didn't need to register, as Shen Yaoguang had already been accepted by 9 States Academy at the age of 12. As she adapted to the new cultivation system, she also paid attention to the situation outside. When it was the female lead's turn to test herself, Shi Shang lifted the curtain and leaned against the window, looking in Qin Langyue's direction. According to the plot, Qin Langyue should be a 2nd-level spirit king at this time, but she deliberately suppressed her strength to that of a spirit attendant. In the plot, if she didn't defeat Shen Yaoguang, it could be said that she was hiding her strength. But now that everyone knew that Shen Yaoguang was a 3rd-level spirit king, she'd suppressed her strength to that of a spirit attendant, causing everyone to think highly of her. But this time, Shi Shang didn't make a move. Even if she suppressed her strength to that of a spirit attendant, no one would think highly of her. However, reality proved that the female lead was very smart. Without anyone to show off, she didn't suppress her strength as much. 1st-level spirit king. Heavens, she's a 1st-level spirit king. No wonder she defeated Shen. That person didn't finish his sentence, but Shen Jin's face still darkened. Eldest Miss, should we investigate which family she's from? Shen Jin asked Shi Shang, trying to curry favor. He didn't have the authority to use his family's resources to investigate a person, but Eldest Miss could. If you want to know, why don't you just ask her? Shi Shang glanced at him. Don't use my name to do things in the future. If there's a next time, don't blame me for being impolite. Shen Jin stared blankly at Shi Shang. Shi Shang slammed the curtain down and gave an order to the person outside. The carriage turned around and slowly drove out of the crowd. Shen Jin was still in a daze for a long time. What's wrong with Eldest Miss? Asterisk recommendation votes 3,800 add more requesting votes. Thank you Chijian readers for your votes. I can't log in, so I can't reply to your enthusiasm. But trust me, I love you Group 1. 4373222871, full. Group 2, 5835788890. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.